My child, I see you. Even now, as your thoughts circle and churn, as your breath catches in the quietest moments and your heart pulses with uncertainty, I am here, not in judgment, not as a distant observer, but as the one who has been walking with you every trembling step of the way. You felt it, those moments where the fear rises like a tide, uninvited yet relentless, swallowing your confidence and clouding your clarity. You've asked if it's wrong to feel what you feel, to struggle in your belief, to stand in the in-between place where hope feels too fragile to hold. But hear me, child. Doubt is not your enemy. Fear is not your defeat. They are invitations, unwanted perhaps, but still sacred openings through which I enter, revealing to you just how close I truly am. You were never created to carry the weight of certainty on your shoulders. That's not what I asked of you. I never required perfection from your faith. What I long for is your heart, honest and unhidden. Do you think I'm surprised by your questions? By the fear that sometimes lingers just beneath your smile? I knew every thread of your humanity before you took your first breath. I knew the seasons where you would soar in confidence and the ones where you'd falter in confusion. And still I chose you. I called you mine. There's nothing in you that disqualifies you from my love. Not your silence, not your doubt, not even the moments when you wonder if I'm listening at all. I have always been the God who meets his children in the wilderness. I did not call you because you were fearless. I called you so I could walk with you through your fear. I called you so that when the waves rose and the winds howled, you would remember not your strength, but mine. You have tried to steady yourself alone, I know. You have repeated promises to yourself, tried to shut out the fear with sheer willpower, hoping that maybe, if you were just strong enough, it would all disappear. But strength without surrender only leads to more striving. What I offer you is different. I offer you my peace, not as the world gives it, conditional and temporary, but as I give it, rooted in who I am, not what you can do. Let me remind you, I have not left you. Even when your prayers feel like echoes in the dark, I am near. Even when you can't feel my presence, I am not absent. Your perception may waver, but my position never changes. I am Emmanuel, God with you, not just in your victories, but in your valleys. Not just when your faith is full, but when it feels like embers barely holding light. I do not love a version of you that is more put together or less afraid. I love you right now in this moment, with all the questions you can't answer and the peace you're still searching for. It may seem easier to hide, to numb yourself, to silence your questions, to wear a brave face for others while inside you tremble. But I'm not honored by your pretending. I am moved by your honesty. When you whisper, I'm scared, I don't pull away, I draw close. When you say, I don't know if I believe right now, I don't scold. I stay. I hold you. I speak to your storm. I remind you that even the smallest seed of faith has power when placed in my hands. And even when you don't feel strong enough to offer even that, I remain faithful. My love for you does not ebb and flow with the tides of your faith. It is constant. It is covenant. It is anchored in my nature, not your performance. You may be asking, but what if I never feel brave? What if the fear never goes away? Let me say this with tenderness. Bravery is not the absence of fear, but the choice to trust me in the middle of it. I never said the path would be without challenge. But I promised you this. I would never leave you to walk it alone. When you weep, I collect your tears. When you doubt, I don't withdraw. I reveal myself anew. And when you feel like your faith is too broken to stand, I become your strength, your firm foundation, your unshakable rock. The world around you moves fast and speaks loud. It tells you that fear is weakness, that doubt disqualifies, that you must always have an answer or risk being seen as unstable. But my ways are not the world's ways. I do my most beautiful work in the places where you feel undone. I bring life from dry bones, hope from ashes, peace from the eye of the storm. And yes, even in your fear and your questioning, I am working, redeeming, refining, restoring. Do not despise this part of your journey. It is holy ground. I'm not asking you to fix yourself before coming closer. I'm asking you to let me be God, even in your fear. Especially in your fear, because it's there, right there, that my love meets you most intimately. Let your doubt be the soil where deeper trust can grow. Let your fear become the place where my presence shines brightest. You don't have to understand everything. You only have to stay with me. Even when your hands shake, even when your voice trembles, stay. I will never leave you. Not now, not ever. You have been taught to run from fear, to see it as a sign of failure or weakness, but I see it differently. I see it as the doorway through which I invite you to intimacy with me. When everything you built your confidence on begins to crumble, when the answers you held so tightly unravel into silence, that is not the end. It's the beginning of something truer. I do not ask you to conquer fear on your own. I invite you to bring it into the light where I dwell. In the shadows, fear multiplies, grows, takes on voices it was never meant to have. But in my presence, fear loses its power, and doubt becomes a place of encounter, not shame. There's a kind of surrender that happens only when you've run out of explanations, when the walls around your understanding collapse, and you're left with nothing but the raw ache of, I don't know. That place is sacred to me. That's where you finally stop relying on your own strength. That's where you turn, sometimes not even in hope, but in desperation, and say, God, if you're here, show me. And I do. Maybe not in the way you expect, rarely in thunder or spectacle, but in the soft, undeniable ways I have always spoken. A stillness that fills the chaos, a word spoken straight to your heart, a peace that has no explanation, no reason to exist except that it came from me. Don't underestimate the power of what you feel in those moments. Don't dismiss the gentle impressions that come when your guard is down. I am not waiting for you to become stronger before I speak. I am already speaking. I have been speaking. The question is not whether I am present. It is whether you will allow yourself to believe that I could meet you here, in this, exactly as you are. I know how hard it is to trust again when disappointment has bruised your faith. I know the stories you carry, the prayers you felt were unanswered, the promises you're still waiting to see. I know, and I remember every detail. Nothing in your life has been forgotten by me. Even now, I'm redeeming what fear tried to destroy. I'm rebuilding what doubt tried to tear down. I'm reminding you that my love is not fragile. It does not break when you break. It is not intimidated by your questions. It is not delayed by your uncertainty. My love runs toward you. It covers you. It wraps around you in the quiet of the night when sleep will not come. It remains when everything else feels temporary. You're not losing your faith. You're learning to let go of the illusion that faith must always feel certain. Real faith trusts me even when it cannot trace me. I know there are parts of your heart that still flinch at the idea of surrender. You've been let down before. You've trusted and been disappointed, believed and been wounded. And now, fear stands guard around your heart, whispering that it's safer to stay distant, safer to doubt than to hope again. But I am not the one who wounded you. I am the healer. I am the one who weeps with you, who understands the depths of your pain and still says, "Come closer," not because I demand answers from you, but because I long to give you myself, and I am enough, more than enough, for every fear, every doubt, every fragile hope. You are not broken beyond repair. You're not disqualified by your struggle. You are human, and I formed every part of your being with full knowledge of your limitations. I do not see your struggle as an inconvenience. I see it as the place where my grace flows most freely. There is beauty in your fight to believe. There is glory in your decision to reach for me, even when everything in you wants to retreat. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are growing in ways you cannot yet see. And I am here, steady and faithful, guiding you even when you feel lost. There will be days when you feel the fear less and your faith stronger. Celebrate them. But do not fear the days when the opposite is true. Those days do not define you. They are not the end of your story. They are part of the path. Your path. And I walk every step of it with you. The darkness may be deep, but it is not deeper than my presence. The doubt may shout loud, but it cannot silence my voice. The fear may feel paralyzing, but it cannot keep me from reaching you. I will always come for you. I will always speak to you. I will never stop drawing you back to the truth of who I am and how deeply I love you. So rest even now in the knowledge that you are not navigating this alone. You are being held, you are being led, you are being healed. Even if you cannot feel it yet, trust that I am working. Trust that the fear does not own your story. I do, and I am not finished writing it. You've often believed that your doubt disqualifies you from intimacy with me, that unless your faith is clear and confident, I must be disappointed in you. But that's not who I am. I don't measure your worth by how unwavering your belief appears on the surface. I see deeper. I see the part of you that still longs for me even when everything in you is exhausted and unsure. I see the tear you don't let fall, the breath you hold back, the ache in your chest that has no words. That, beloved, is faith too. Not polished or perfect, but real. And real faith is what I honor. Do you know why I allow you to feel these tremors of fear? Not to punish you, not to shame you, but to remind you how much you need me. I'm not trying to crush your independence. I'm gently teaching you how to rely on something greater than your own logic, your own control. I'm not here to take away your mind or silence your questions. I gave you that mind. I welcome those questions. But when they become walls instead of windows, when fear begins to dictate the rhythm of your steps, I step in and speak again. Peace. Be still. I am with you. It can feel so lonely, can't it? When everyone else seems to be walking with clarity and confidence, and you're still wrestling in the quiet, hoping someone will notice the weight you carry. But I notice. I always notice. Even when you hide behind smiles and distractions, I know what lies underneath. And I'm not in a hurry to rush you past your process. I'm not annoyed by your struggle. I created time itself. Do you think I would grow impatient with the unfolding of your heart? No. I walk with you through every layer, every shadow, every tight place where the light hasn't yet reached. Not to demand something from you, but to give you something. To give you me. You've been told to fake it, to press forward, to push down the uncertainty and just believe. But I don't ask for a performance. I ask for you, the real you, the one who still shows up in prayer, even if only to sit in silence. The one who keeps reading, even when the words feel dry. The one who serves others, even while secretly needing to be held. All of that counts. All of it matters. You are not doing this wrong. You are not faithless. You are walking a sacred path, and I am proud of you. I am not only found in mountaintop moments or miraculous answers. I am found in the slow healing, the uncelebrated yes, the choice to trust again after disappointment. I am found in the quiet courage to face another day when fear told you to give up. You won't always feel me, and That absence will try to convince you I've withdrawn. But the truth is, I am most active when you least perceive me. I am setting foundations. I am protecting what you cannot see. I am mending things in you that words cannot reach. And I am using even the doubt itself to draw you deeper into dependence, into a faith that no storm can steal. You wonder sometimes, will this feeling ever go away? Will I ever be free from fear? My answer isn't always what you expect, because I don't promise a life without fear. I promise my presence within it. And that changes everything. When you know I am with you, the fear may still whisper, but it will not win. It may visit, but it will not reign. I'm teaching you to walk through it, not around it. To face it, not in your strength, but in mine. You will discover a deeper courage not born from self-confidence, but from God-confidence. From knowing that no matter what, I've got you. And yes, sometimes I will part the seas and silence the storm, but other times I will call you to walk on the water with me. That's where faith grows, not in the absence of fear, but in the presence of overwhelming odds where you choose to keep your eyes on me anyway. Peter learned that on the waves, didn't he? He walked not because the sea was calm, but because his gaze was fixed. When he shifted his focus, fear swallowed him. But even then, I reached out and caught him. I didn't let him drown in his doubt. And I won't let you. So here you are, standing at the edge again. The unknown before you. The familiar fear behind you. And me right beside you. Take the next step, not because you feel fearless, but because you are not alone. I go with you. I carry what you cannot. I hold what overwhelms you, and every step you take in faith, however small, draws you closer to the fullness I've prepared for you. Not just a life of safety, but of purpose. Not just survival, but joy. Even here, even now, let your fear speak if it must, but don't let it decide. Let your doubt breathe if it must, but don't let it lead. Let me lead. Let me show you what it means to trust when nothing feels certain. Let me love you through this. Let me walk with you in the valley, not just meet you on the mountaintop. That's the kind of relationship I desire, not a brittle religion of appearances, but a living communion of heart to heart, breath to breath, fear to faith. Come walk with me, I'm already here. You're not too much for me. Not your questions, not your fears, not even the parts of your heart you've hidden from yourself. I know every layer of you, every contradiction, every unspoken longing, every battle behind your calmest smile. I know what has shaken you, what has made you question everything you once thought was certain. And still, I stay. Still, I call you mine. You don't need to figure everything out to be worthy of my nearness. I don't draw close because you've achieved spiritual clarity. I draw close because you are my child, and because I delight in being near to you, not just in your triumphs, but in your wrestling. The world will never stop offering you reasons to fear. That's its language. It trades in scarcity and comparison, whispers lies about who you are and who I am, tries to make you believe that your safety is found in control. But you were never designed to live gripped by anxiety or endlessly bracing for disappointment. You were created for peace, not a fragile, temporary calm, but the kind of peace that surpasses understanding because it is rooted in me. And I am unchanging. When fear knocks, it will always sound urgent. It will always press for your attention. But I will not shout to compete with it. I will wait for you to turn to me, and in that turning you'll remember what is true. Do not despise your weakness. It is not your enemy. Your weakness is the place where my strength shines brightest. I do not use you despite your fear. I work through it. I do not call you to suppress your emotions. I invite you to bring them fully into my light. Let your fear be seen. Let your doubt breathe. Let your weariness speak honestly. Then, Let me carry what you were never meant to hold alone. You keep thinking you must solve this, control this, fix this. But I never asked that of you. I only asked you to remain with me. You don't have to pretend anymore. Not with me. I already see the fight behind your smile, the storm behind your quietness. I see you sitting in the dark, wondering if any of this will ever make sense, wondering if I've grown tired of your questions. But child, how could I ever tire of you? You are not a project to be completed. You are a person to be loved. I am not counting your wrongs or measuring your faith by how loudly you declare my name. I'm looking at your heart, and it is beautiful to me, even when it is bruised. I know you've carried some hurts that you haven't shared with anyone. Maybe you've even wondered if I was the one who caused them. And that question has haunted you more than you've admitted. It's hard to love me when you're unsure if I'm the one who let you down. But hear me clearly. I am not your enemy. I never have been. I have wept with you, held you while you raged in the silence, stayed near when you turned away. You didn't need to come back to me. I never left you. Even when you doubted my goodness, I was still pouring out mercy, still whispering truth into the cracks. You may feel broken, but I see something being reborn in you, a quieter strength, a truer faith, not one built on quick answers or emotion alone, but one forged in the fire of honest struggle. That kind of faith can't be shaken by storms. It's built in them. You're not falling apart. You're falling into me, and that is holy. That is healing. Let the tears come if they need to. Let your heart be as fragile as it is. I am not fragile. I can hold it all. Even the people you've trusted may not always understand what you're going through. They may try to help and fail. They may offer words that feel more like walls than bridges. But I'm not like them. I don't need you to explain what you're feeling for me to understand. I know the language of your soul. I know how to comfort you in the ways you most need. Sometimes that comfort will come through others. Sometimes it will come in silence. Sometimes it will come in the unexpected. But it will come. I promise never to leave you, and I won't start now. You don't need a map to move forward. You only need a hand, and mine is already extended. You may not know where the path leads, but I do. I see it clearly. I know what's around the next corner. I know how this chapter ends, and I know what it will teach you. Not because I need to test you or prove your worth, but because I am drawing you deeper into the kind of trust that transforms. Not blind trust, but tested trust. Trust that has stared fear in the face and still chosen to walk forward because it knows my voice. This journey you're on, it's not about becoming fearless. It's about becoming more connected to me than you are to your fears. It's about learning to pause in the middle of the noise and remember, I am not alone. God is with me. You won't always get it right. Sometimes you'll run. Sometimes you'll freeze. But every time you return to me, every time you lift your eyes again, you'll find that I never left. I was walking with you the whole time. You often ask me, why does this path feel so hard? Why do I still wrestle with fear if you're with me? And I understand why the weight of those questions presses so heavily on your soul. It would be easier if my presence always felt like a warm blanket, if my peace always banished fear in an instant, if trust were a one-time decision rather than a daily, sometimes hourly, surrender. But the journey I've invited you into is not about avoiding the storm. It's about discovering who I am in the storm. It's about allowing my presence to redefine what safety and peace truly mean. And yes, even when you feel weak or shaken, that discovery is already unfolding inside you. The fear you feel is not a sign of faithlessness. It is the sound of your heart reaching for security, longing for clarity, desperate to know it's going to be okay. And I honor that longing, not with easy answers, but with myself. I don't always give explanations, but I never withhold comfort. Sometimes my answer is not a solution, but a stillness, a presence, a whisper that says, "You're not walking through this alone." You may not always hear it in the way you hope. Sometimes my voice is quieter than your expectations, buried beneath the noise of everything you're carrying, but it is always there. My voice always reaches, even when you struggle to recognize it. I am not angry at you for needing reassurance. I am the one who designed your heart to long for assurance, and I am the one who fulfills that longing. You've been taught to be strong, to figure things out, to push forward even when everything in you wants to pause and catch your breath. But I am not the voice pushing you harder. I am the one inviting you to lay it all down. You don't need to earn my presence by proving how well you can hold it together. I never asked that of you. I asked for your heart. And your heart, even now, is precious to me. Let me be the calm in your chaos. Let me sit with you in the places where the answers don't come. Let me hold you, not only in your moments of praise, but in your moments of pain, when worship feels distant and your voice falters with uncertainty. You don't have to hide any part of your experience from me. The questions that scare you do not scare me. I've heard them all before. I've heard them in the mouths of prophets and wanderers, of kings and prisoners, of faithful ones who still wondered if I saw them. You are in good company. The road of faith has always been walked by those who wrestled. And even in the wrestling there is beauty, because you are still here. You have not given up. You may be tired, but you are still searching, still hoping, still turning your face toward the light even when the darkness feels thick. That is courage, beloved, not the absence of fear, but the decision to keep reaching despite it. I see your fight. I see the quiet ways you resist despair. I see the way you choose love when fear tempts you toward isolation. I see the way you speak truth to yourself, even when doubt shouts louder. Every time you choose to keep moving with me, even through trembling steps, heaven rejoices. Let's speak plainly. Fear will try to define you, but it cannot. Doubt will try to shape your identity, but it will fail. You are not what you fear. You are not the sum of your questions. You are mine, and my hand is on your life. I'm not wasting your pain. I'm not indifferent to your confusion. Every experience you walk through, every emotion you surrender, every weakness you allow me to meet, none of it is wasted. I'm weaving something eternal within you. I'm forming a resilience not based in self-reliance, but in trust. I'm building a faith that doesn't crack under pressure, but grows stronger because of it. You may think the goal is to feel better, to finally reach that mountaintop of unshakable peace. But what if the goal is simply me? What if peace is not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of intimacy with me right where you are? That's where you'll find the deepest healing, not in the change of circumstances, but in the transformation of your heart as you lean into my love again and again, no matter what the day holds. You'll begin to see fear for what it is, not a master, not a prison, but a passing shadow that cannot stand against the light of my truth. Even now, I am strengthening your inner being. Even now, I am breathing life into the places that have grown weary. You may not feel it yet, but you will. Trust is a seed, and though it starts hidden, buried beneath layers of pain and uncertainty, it always breaks through when it is rooted in me. And your roots are deeper than you know. You have come through more than you realize. You have stood in battles you thought would take you out, and here you are, still reaching for me. That says everything. You are not failing because you feel afraid. You are growing. You are becoming. You are being refined in ways that will make you a lighthouse to others someday, not because you have all the answers, but because you know what it's like to sit in the dark and still choose to believe that morning will come. You know what it's like to cry out into silence and still trust that I am listening. That is a faith worth everything, and I will honor it. I will carry you through. You may not recognize it yet, but there is a quiet revolution happening inside your soul. Every time you choose to face the fear instead of flee, every time you whisper my name in the absence of certainty, something eternal's taking root. What once paralyzed you now becomes the very ground where I am building your endurance. This is the mystery of my love. It doesn't always remove the struggle, but it transforms the struggler. And that, beloved, is far more powerful than the absence of difficulty. You are being made into someone who knows how to carry peace even when the wind howls, someone who knows where their help comes from, even when the path is unclear. There is a voice inside you, subtle but persistent, that sometimes questions whether you are doing enough, believing enough, being enough. It tries to tie your worth to your performance, your spiritual temperature, to how steady you feel in any given moment. But I need you to hear this clearly. I have never measured your value by your spiritual highs or lows. My love for you is not tied to your consistency. My love is the only constant you can always count on. I loved you before you understood how to name your fears. I loved you when you could barely lift your head to pray. And I love you still, exactly as you are. Don't confuse progress with perfection. You are not called to walk this path flawlessly. I am not a taskmaster watching your steps for errors. I am a shepherd, guiding you with tenderness, walking beside you with patience, rejoicing over every single step you take toward me, no matter how small, no matter how hesitant. There will be days when your heart surges with trust, and days when it falters with doubt. Both are sacred when they're offered honestly. I can work with your honesty. I can breathe on it and bring it to life. You've asked, will I ever be free from this fear? The truth is, fear may return in different forms throughout your life, but it will no longer rule you. I'm teaching you how to recognize fear without obeying it. I am training your heart to listen for my voice in the middle of the noise. And as you grow more familiar with me, the sound of fear will lose its authority. It may speak, but it will not guide. It may appear, but it will not decide. My voice will become the louder one, not because I shout, but because you have learned to draw near. This intimacy we are building together, it's not always found in celebration or clarity. Often it's found in the soil of your uncertainty, where you choose to trust me without all the answers. That is where deep love is born. That is where communion becomes real. I am not afraid of the messy parts of your journey. I walk through them with you, not as an observer, but as your advocate. You are not wandering aimlessly. I am leading you, even when the way feels unmarked. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Prepared to know me not just as a rescuer, but as a constant companion. Prepared to reflect my presence in places others fear to go. I'm doing something lasting in you, something that will outlive the fear you feel now. You're becoming the kind of person who knows how to stand in the storm, not because the storm has changed, but because you have. Not because you conquered fear, but because you've learned to let me carry you through it. This kind of transformation can't be manufactured. It can't be rushed. It has grown slowly, through real life, through real pain, through real choices made in trembling hope. And you are making those choices, more than you know. There will come a day when you'll look back on this time, not with shame or regret, but with reverence. You'll see how I met you here, in the in-between. You'll see how every tear you shed watered the soil of something sacred. You'll see that your fear did not win. Your doubt did not destroy you. They became the very tools I used to deepen your roots and stretch your trust. What the enemy meant to paralyze you, I've used to plant a deeper dependence on me. What was meant to isolate you, I've used to draw you closer. Even now I'm weaving this season into your story, not as a detour, but as a foundation. I'm making your heart a home for peace, not because you never face trouble, but because you know where to turn when it comes. That kind of peace is not fragile. It is not circumstantial. It is forged in the fire of honest surrender and sustained by my unfailing love. And that love, my love for you, has not wavered. Not once. Not even when you've wavered, especially not then. You're not where you used to be. Even if you still feel afraid, you're learning how to stay close to me in the fear. That is victory. That is growth. That is healing. Do not rush yourself. Do not compare your journey. You're right where you need to be, held, seen, loved, and carried. I am not finished, and neither are you. I know what it feels like to wait in the dark. I know how time stretches when peace feels out of reach, when every breath becomes a quiet prayer for clarity, for relief, for something to shift. And I also know how easily your mind begins to tell stories in that darkness. Stories that whisper you're alone, that maybe I'm distant, that maybe something is wrong with you because the fear hasn't lifted yet. But let me speak into that silence now, louder than the lies, clearer than the doubt. I am not gone. I have not turned away. This delay is not a denial, and this silence is not my absence. Sometimes the dark becomes the canvas where my most radiant promises are painted. You've been taught that healing comes in a straight line, that peace is a destination to arrive at if you only believe hard enough. But that's not how I work. I'm not in a rush to get you out of the storm. I'm committed to forming you in the storm. There are treasures hidden in this wilderness, truths about who I am, revelations about who you are, strengths you never knew you had, that cannot be discovered anywhere else. The valley is not a punishment. It's a proving ground, not for your perfection, but for my presence. And I am here. You've looked at others and wondered why their faith seems stronger, why their fears seem fewer, why they move with a confidence you can't seem to find. But I'm not calling you to be like them. I'm calling you to be with me. Your journey's not meant to be measured against anyone else's. It is sacred in its own right. You don't need louder faith. You don't need flashier victories. What you need, what your soul was created for, is deeper communion. And that happens not in the performance, but in the pause. Not in the noise, but in the stillness. Not when you feel strongest, but often when you feel most undone. When fear wraps itself around your chest and tries to suffocate your hope, speak to it, not with your own words, but with mine. You don't need perfect language. You need honest surrender. Say, God, I don't feel you right now, but I choose to believe you are here. Say, I am afraid, but I will not run. Say, I am weary, but I will not give up. These declarations are not for my benefit. They're for yours. They root your spirit back into truth. They bring your wandering heart back home, and every time you say them, even if your voice shakes, you push back the darkness just a little more. I know you want to feel differently. I know you've begged for the fear to disappear, the doubt to dissolve. I hear every prayer. I catch every tear. But there are seasons when I answer not by removing the obstacle, but by revealing the strength I placed in you to overcome it. And that strength is not your own. It is mine in you. That's why you haven't collapsed. That's why, even at your weakest, you are still standing. My grace is not a theory. To you, it is a lifeline. You are living proof that my power is made perfect in weakness. There are days when the fear will revisit you, not because you failed, but because life is complex and healing is layered. Let those days become invitations, not indictments. Let them be reminders to return to me, not reasons to retreat in shame. The fear is not a sign that I've gone. It's often the very place I want to meet you most intimately. The deeper the ache, the more clearly you'll see how deeply I can comfort. The heavier the burden, the more profound your experience of my strength. I don't love you less in the fear. I draw closer. You've feared that your struggle disqualifies you from helping others, from being a light, from being used by me. But hear this. Your story, with all its messiness and in-process pieces, is a vessel of my glory. The world does not need more people who pretend they have it all together. It needs people who have walked through fire and can say with quiet authority, God never left me. Your vulnerability will be a balm. Your honesty will open doors that pretense never could. And your healing, even the kind that still feels unfinished, will be a testimony that sets others free. Let me remind you again, I'm not in love with a future version of you. I'm in love with you now. The you who cries in the car, the you who smiles through pain, the you who doubts, then worships, then doubts again. There's nothing inconsistent about your place in my heart. My commitment to you is unwavering, and I'm not going anywhere. Not when you're strong, not when you're scared, not ever. You are still being shaped, still being refined, still learning how to trust through the storm. And that is beautiful. I am not ashamed of your process. I do not look at your setbacks with frustration. I see them as reminders that you're still trying, still turning toward me, still willing to be made whole. And I will complete the good work I've begun in you, not on your timeline, but on mine. Not by your striving, but by my spirit. So breathe, child. You're not behind. You're not broken beyond repair. You're not alone in the dark. I am here, as close as your next breath. And I'm not finished yet. You've carried so much in silence. Questions that echo in the night, fears that cling tighter in the quiet, hopes that feel too fragile to voice aloud. You've learned how to look composed while your heart trembles beneath the surface. You've learned how to function, how to keep moving, even when you feel hollow inside. And while the world may applaud your ability to hold it together, I see something deeper. I see the tenderness underneath your strength. I see the longing behind your guardedness. And I do not pass by. I draw near. You were never meant to carry the burden of pretending. The posture of survival may have gotten you this far, but I want more for you than endurance. I want restoration. I want wholeness. I want to be the one who gently uncurls your fists, who speaks peace into the clenched spaces of your soul. Because I know what fear has done. I know how it has shaped your decisions, how it's crept into your view of me, how it has distorted your sense of self. And I also know how to dismantle it, not with more pressure or demands, but with presence, with truth, with my love that goes deeper than the roots of your fear. You wonder if I'm tired of your questions. You wonder if I look at your struggle and shake my head, waiting for you to get it right this time. But child, that is not who I am. I am not growing weary of you. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm a father who stays, a comforter who listens, a savior who lifts you when your strength is gone. I'm not only present in your moments of clarity and courage, I'm present when your hands hang limp at your sides, when you can't form the words to pray, when you feel like you're failing. That's when I whisper the loudest, you are mine, still, always. Fear has a way of narrowing your vision, making the present feel overwhelming and the future unbearable. It tells you that nothing will change, that you'll always feel this way, that your best days are behind you. But those are lies. Your story is still unfolding. There are chapters you haven't lived yet, chapters filled with joy, purpose, laughter, healing. Just because you can't see the whole picture doesn't mean I'm not painting it. My brush never stops moving. I work in what seems like silence. I build in what seems like delay. And even now, I am making a way. You've tried to talk yourself out of fear, to logic your way to peace, to fight the panic with facts. And sometimes that helps, for a moment. But what you truly need isn't more self-talk or performance. You need encounter. You need the tangible awareness of my nearness. That's why I keep inviting you into the stillness, not to scold you for your weakness, but to fill you with the one thing that has always calmed storms: my presence. One moment with me can shift the weight you've carried for months. One encounter can realign your whole perspective. And I'm not withholding that from you. I'm not waiting for you to become worthy. I'm waiting for you to believe I already called you worthy. The truth is, I've been with you through every stage, the bold steps and the paralyzing pauses, the seasons of passion and the months of numbness. I've seen you love others while feeling empty yourself. I've watched you serve faithfully while silently wondering if your own soul would ever be filled. You've done more in faith than you realize, simply by staying connected, simply by not giving up. And I want to honor that today. I want to affirm what no one else may see. Your fight matters to me. Your perseverance is not invisible. Your quiet hope, even when surrounded by fear, is precious in my sight. I will not let fear write your future. I will not let doubt name your identity. You are not the anxious one, the broken one, the one who always struggles. You are my beloved. You are courageous, not because you never feel fear, but because you continue to move forward even when fear is present. You are faithful, not because you never waver, but because you keep returning. You are strong, not in the world's definition, but in the strength that comes from being fully surrendered, fully dependent, fully held. There is a part of your heart that still doesn't believe you're worth that kind of love. A part that bristles when I say you're enough. A part that replays your failures and flaws like a looped recording. But I'm silencing that voice now. Not by arguing with it, but by replacing it with truth. My love is not a reward. It is your inheritance. It is not based on your success or your mood or your behavior. It flows from who I am, and I do not change. You are loved, not hypothetically or conditionally, but completely, irrevocably, eternally. Let that truth settle in the places fear once occupied. Let it take up residence. Let it speak louder. You are not who your fear says you are. You are who I say you are, and I say you are chosen. I say you are secure. I say you are mine. Fear may visit again, but it will no longer find the same space it once held. You're making room for something stronger. You're being filled with peace, not as an escape, but as an anchor. The waves may still come, but they will not sink you. I will see to that. I have seen the moments when you almost walked away, not from me entirely, but from believing that I am good, that I care, that I truly understand. When the pain pressed in too tight, when the fear wore you down like the waves over stone, you began to question if this faith was sustainable. And yet, you stayed. Maybe not with songs of praise, maybe not with confident declarations, but with the kind of raw, honest surrender that I treasure most. You stayed. You whispered my name when it felt like no one was listening. You opened your heart a sliver when every instinct told you to shut it tight. That is where faith becomes real. Not in the certainty, but in the choosing. I want to talk to that part of you that still feels fragile. The part that wonders if it's safe to trust again. The part that says, what if I fall apart once more? What if the fear comes back? I know how hard it is to believe in restoration, when your soul still remembers what it feels like to be broken. I know how courage feels like risk. But I am the God who repairs the places no one else can touch. I am the one who binds up what the world says is too far gone. I am not here to rebuild you the way you were. I am doing something new. A version of you that is more whole, more grounded, more free. You think freedom means never feeling fear again. But true freedom is not the absence of fear. It's the authority to walk forward despite it. And you have that authority. not because of your own strength, but because of my Spirit, alive in you. You don't need to wait for fear to leave before you step into what I've called you to. You just need to know I'm with you. You're not waiting for perfect peace before you move. You are moving with me, and peace is coming with each step. It grows with every act of obedience, every breath of surrender, every moment you choose to believe I am enough, even if nothing else makes sense. Let me remind you of something you've forgotten in your weariness. You are deeply brave, not because you've never doubted, but because you've dared to hope again. Every time you chose to believe that light still exists, even in the dimmest places, you took ground. Every time you got up one more day and said, God, I don't feel it, but I'm still here, you defied the grip of fear. That kind of courage changes eternity. That kind of resilience shakes the very foundations of hell. You may not feel like a warrior, but the truth is, you are. And I am the one who arms you for battle and shelters you in peace. You do not have to fear the future, not because it will always be easy, but because I will always be present. I don't promise a path without thorns, but I promise that no wound will go unnoticed, no tear uncollected. I'm not watching from afar. I'm walking with you, holding your hand, strengthening your heart. And when you stumble, I am the first to lift you. When you hesitate, I am the gentle nudge forward. When you fear the next step, I remind you that I have already gone ahead. I am both your rear guard and your pathmaker. I do not send you into the unknown. I lead you through it. Sometimes you ask, why can't I feel more confident? Why does fear still knock when I've been faithful? But faith is not a shield against emotion. It's a compass that keeps you anchored when emotions rise. You don't need to feel unshakable to be held. You are already secure in me. Your confidence does not have to come from your own clarity. It can come from knowing I have never failed you, and I never will. Let my track record be your assurance. Let my love be the ground beneath your feet. You have walked through shadows. You have sat in silence. You have asked questions that seemed to bounce off the heavens. But I heard every one. I stayed close in every unanswered moment. You may think you've been wandering in circles, but I've been guiding every step, redirecting with grace, protecting with mercy, planting seeds in the soil of your soul. And now something is breaking through. You may not have language for it yet, but it's real. A softness, a steadiness, a strange sense that maybe, just maybe, you're not alone. That maybe, just maybe, this is what healing feels like when it starts small. Let that whisper grow. Let that flicker become flame. I am not in a rush with you. I am not measuring your pace. I am walking with you, moment by moment, breath by breath. I will keep speaking until the fear fades, and even then, I will keep speaking. I will keep proving my faithfulness in ways you didn't think to ask for. I will keep reminding you, you are mine, and nothing, no fear, no failure, no confusion, can undo that truth. So breathe again, stand again, hope again. This story is not finished, and your fear is not the ending. I am. I always have been. I always will be. Let me gather you now, not just with words, but with my presence that wraps around your spirit like a gentle embrace. You've been on a long journey. Every step has cost you something. Sometimes your comfort, sometimes your certainty, sometimes your peace. But through it all, I have been working not just in your circumstances, but in you. I've been preparing a heart that knows how to recognize my voice not only in miracles, but in stillness. I've been shaping a soul that trusts me, not because everything is perfect, but because you've learned I am still good, even when nothing makes sense. That kind of faith, the kind formed through struggle, is immovable. It's rare, and it's beautiful to me. You may still feel the occasional tremor of fear. That's okay. The presence of fear no longer means you are defeated. It means you are alive, growing, healing. You have learned how to stand with trembling knees, how to love while afraid, how to pray even when the words feel dry. And now look, you're still here, still mine, still listening, still open. That is the evidence of my work in you. That is how I know you're ready for more, not because you've mastered your emotions, but because you've surrendered them. Now I invite you to rest, not because the world will stop spinning or the challenges will disappear, but because your soul has found its home in me. That is what real rest looks like, not the absence of problems, but the presence of peace. Peace that settles deep, peace that isn't shaken by circumstances, peace that whispers, "You're safe," even when storms still roar outside. This is not peace you earn. This is peace I give, freely, generously, daily. You're no longer striving to be strong on your own. You are anchored in the strength that comes from knowing you are deeply, eternally loved. And as that peace grows in you, it will begin to spill over into your relationships, into your decisions, into the way you speak and move and dream. You will become a quiet lighthouse to those still lost in the waves of fear. Not because you have all the answers, but because you carry the presence of one who does. People will feel me when they are near you, not because of what you say, but because of who you've allowed me to become within you. I have made my home in your surrendered places, and now I will use even your weakness as a window to my strength. This is the promise I make to you now. The fear that once held you captive will one day be the place of your greatest authority, not because it never returns, but because it no longer defines you. The doubt that once silenced your praise will become the well from which compassion flows. You will not only walk in freedom, you will call others into it. You will not only overcome, you will speak life to others still in the middle of their battle. You will remind them what I have reminded you. They are never alone. They are not too broken. They are not forgotten. So let me breathe on the ashes of your weary places. Let me speak life into the places that have been numb. Let me awaken dreams you laid down, because fear told you they were impossible. I am the God of resurrection. Nothing is beyond redemption. Not your story, not your heart, not your future. Even now, I am rebuilding from the inside out. You will stand again. You will trust again. You will love again, not with guardedness, but with courage. You will rise, not with shallow certainty, but with a deep, steady fire born from knowing me intimately. And when you feel the fear start to creep in again, when doubt tries to replay its old script, you will know what to do. You will turn to me, not as a last resort, but as your first response. You will speak the truth you've lived. I am not alone. God is here, and I will be, always. So take a deep breath. This is not the end. It is a holy beginning, a threshold into a life where fear no longer reigns, where trust flows freely, where love is the loudest voice. You are stepping into the fullness of who I created you to be. You are no longer bound. You are no longer hiding. You are mine, fully, deeply, forever. Come now, beloved, let us settle this deeply into your spirit. This is not a temporary comfort, a passing encouragement, or a fleeting emotional high. This is your new foundation. This is the reality you are invited to live in every day. I am with you. I am for you. I am in you. No matter what you feel, no matter what comes, the fear that once dictated your decisions will no longer hold power. The doubt that once clouded your view of me will not define your faith. You have crossed over from surviving to surrendering, from holding your breath to breathing freely again. And I am so proud of you. You may not realize just how far you've come. You may not feel dramatically different, but transformation doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it settles quietly. Sometimes it takes root before it blooms. But I see the difference. I see the way your spirit leans into me more quickly now. I see the way you pause instead of panic, the way you invite me into your tension instead of trying to fix it alone. That is growth. That is freedom. That is faith. And though it may feel ordinary, heaven sees it as sacred. Let this be your daily truth. You are safe in me. Not because everything will always go the way you expect, but because I will be your unshakable anchor through it all. You are no longer walking alone into the unknown. I walk ahead of you. I walk beside you. I live within you. When fear arises, and it will, you now have a choice. You know where to turn. You know how to listen for my voice above the noise. And you know that I will always respond. Your story is not one of perfect faith, but persistent trust. That is what moves my heart. That is what brings me joy. I never required you to be flawless. I only longed for your realness, and you have brought me your heart in all its complexity. In the confusion, in the silence, in the yearning. That offering is more beautiful than 1,000 polished prayers. I have received it. I have honored it. And I will continue to meet you in it. Now I speak not just to your fears, but to your future. There is life ahead. There is laughter ahead. There are mornings coming that will make today's sorrow feel distant and light. You will wake one day and realize the fear has lifted. Not because it vanished suddenly, but because you've grown stronger than it. Your roots have gone deep. Your spirit has matured. You are not who you once were. You are becoming who I designed you to be. Bold, tender, steady, radiant. Carry this with you. My peace is not an emotion. It is a person, and that person is me. My presence does not depend on your ability to feel it. It is constant, like the sunrise. It surrounds you, even when the fog lingers. And I will never leave. You will not lose me. You will not out-sin or out-question or out-wrestle my love. You are sealed in grace, anchored in promise, held forever. So now, as you walk forward from this moment, know that the path is already prepared. You are not walking into uncertainty. You are walking into my design. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into alignment with me. And though challenges will come, they will not undo you. They will reveal what has been built inside. Endurance, wisdom, compassion, courage, all born from the sacred journey we've walked together through doubt and fear. Remember, I don't ask you to eliminate fear. I only ask you to bring it to me. Every time. Again and again. And as you do, I will continue to trade your fear for peace, your confusion for clarity, your striving for rest. It's not a one-time exchange. It's a rhythm of trust, a dance of grace, a daily invitation to walk closely with the one who knows you fully and loves you without condition. You are free, not because the world is safe, but because you are held, not because your heart never wavers, but because my grip on you never does. That is your confidence. That is your strength. That is your inheritance. And it is forever. I love you. And I know how deeply you need to hear these words spoken over your life. I see you, right where you are, even in this very moment. Open your heart so you may receive my voice speaking directly to your spirit. Let yourself be embraced by my presence, which has been surrounding you from the beginning. I understand the burdens you carry, every hidden tear, every silent prayer, and every moment of longing in your heart. I am not here to overlook your struggles. Rather, I'm here to remind you that I care about every detail and nothing escapes my divine attention. Write your prayer requests and release them to me, because I'm listening with complete compassion. Let yourself rest, for I am extending my arms of peace, bringing tranquility to soothe your anxieties, and reminding you of the sensitivity within your soul that the trials of life may have tried to silence. You are precious to me, and I promise to keep whispering my love into every corner of your being. I have always spoken to you, gently and persistently, even in the smallest details that color your life. I delight in watching you notice my presence, in glimpsing that smile that blooms on your face when you realize I've placed something beautiful along your path. Perhaps it is a delicate flower by your side, or a radiant sunrise splashing vivid colors across the horizon, or a soft breeze that brushes your cheek. All these moments are gentle reminders that I am with you. I cherish every second I see you pause with wonder, understanding that I am near, constantly shaping situations, signs, and details to prove my unwavering care. My heart rejoices when you become aware of my closeness, for I long to see you walk through life knowing you are never alone. It brings me great joy to watch you shine with trust and confidence, despite the turmoil that often swirls around you. Others may run in circles, weighed down by worries, but I watch you choosing instead to stand firm. When they grow weary of fighting, you remain steadfast, your soul anchored by faith in me. I am so pleased by your devotion. Even when you face circumstances that seem insurmountable, you pause to rest in my presence, renew your strength, and then continue forward, determined, embracing hope as your light. This resilience within you is not accidental. I formed you with this inherent strength, knitting courage into the very fabric of who you are. And when you stand up again and again, you testify to countless observers, those who might never tell you how inspired they are. Still, they watch, and they sense something extraordinary radiating from you. They recognize that this unfaltering strength springs from your faith in me. I want you to continue just like this, unwavering, advancing in belief, refusing to retreat no matter what obstacles loom ahead. You have built a life brimming with faith, and in that life you have also cultivated a home graced with love, compassion, and hope. Please keep on praying for your family members who still resist changing their attitude, their speech, or their perspective on faith. Be patient with them. Do not let distress grip you. I am working gently in their hearts, softening the soil so my seeds of truth can grow. Keep filling your mind and spirit with my word. Let my promises be etched into your heart. Each morning, wake up expecting new manifestations of my love and gentleness, for my affection for you knows no limit. You are my beloved child, forever sealed in my love. I have come today to reassure you of my peace, a peace that stands guard over your heart, as well as a tranquility that soothes your very bones. I saw your tears fall recently over that situation that only you and I know in detail. You worried you might collapse under its weight, but I am reminding you now that I have already stepped in, and I'm carrying that burden with you. Even a single hair from your head does not fall without my knowledge. There is nothing in your life I am unaware of, nothing outside my power. So I confirm, once again, that you will rise victorious. Where you imagine yourself stranded with no way out, you will emerge with your head held high, eyes filled with renewed light, and your hands clutching the spoils of hard-fought triumph. I am removing the oppressive burden from your shoulders, but first, I will pour the strength that you have been longing for straight into your heart. You will sense my steadfast love so deeply that your spirit will remain unshaken, your faith unwavering. I invite you to fling open the doors of your soul, allowing my word to enter unhindered. As my truth envelops every fiber of your being, let go of the weariness and sense of overwhelm. Though life may have felt draining, cling to me now, letting my message flood your heart. I promise to increase your strength, multiply your days, and spread before you divine joy that banishes doubt and fills you with life. I want you to greet each day with a vibrant sense of courage, deeply knowing my desire to bless you. Fear nothing, for I do not come to demand or exact payment. My love is free, a gift beyond measure. If there is anything you long to give me, let it be the gratitude of a sincere heart and loyalty that positions me in first place above all else. Let my voice resonate in your home, in your room, and in your daily routines, so that each step you take reflects the truth I have spoken. Your eyes should focus on paths that lead you to blessings. Guard yourself from falsehood, from the lure of harmful roads, because my longing is to give you what is best. I want to encircle you with abundance, provision, health, and strength. If you dare to live counterculturally, refusing to indulge in this world's deceit, and instead surrender yourself to my truth, I will become your way, your peace, your shepherd, and your Lord. My word will guide your feet like a lamp, lighting the way before you. I will uncover where dangers lie and reduce your enemies' schemes to shame. Fear will never master you, because my spirit is your source of strength. I will bless you, and I will remind you of that blessing repeatedly, so you never forget. And whenever trials descend, let your first reaction be one of trusting excitement, a natural result of the genuine faith in your soul. You will be certain that troubles cannot destroy you, that storms do not have the power to uproot you from my truth. You are my child, daughter or son of the Almighty, Creator of the universe. I will not grow weary of speaking to you, of knocking on the window of your soul day or night, whispering to you in a voice both holy and comforting, stirring every part of your being to vibrate with life. I will quench your thirst in the river of my spirit. You will drink heavenly water and feast upon my eternal word, discovering that your deepest hunger disappears because I satisfy your every need. You will see that the destructive habits of this world hold no true joy compared to me. For I'm the lasting happiness that sets your heart ablaze with hope, spurring you onward to greater things. I will reveal to you the mysteries that wait on the horizon. I will unveil the future, heralding the blessings to come and the remarkable changes in your mind and character, even the desires of your heart, the dreams that shape your plans. I will refine by setting them in alignment with my will. Each step you take will then be a step of faith toward the supernatural inheritance I have reserved for you. I am your light, your salvation. Nothing and no one can cause you to cower. I am the strength of your life, so you do not walk in defeat or timidity. Clothe yourself in the truth that you can do all things through my Spirit, which invigorates you. Press forward in confidence, for my angels surround you as faithful allies. Prepare yourself for victory, my champion, for I am with you. Listen with your heart to my voice, and feel the wave of joy that washes over you the moment you accept how profoundly I love you. Watch as I prove my love once again. That impossibility you have been wrestling with will bow to my power. Problems that scare you will retreat. Your emotions will settle into a brand new calm. Where shame and regret once gnawed at you, you will sense a profound serenity, free from the incessant echoes of guilt. Tonight, you can lay your head on the pillow and finally rest, aware that your life is held securely in my hands. You need not be captive to fear or sleepless nights. My blessing is life. My forgiveness is healing to your mind, your body, your relationships, and your spirit. The purity of my word surges within you, banishing destructive attitudes, shaping you to view all circumstances from a divine vantage point. Henceforth, you will cultivate positivity in every situation, searching for what is good and discarding negative thoughts that poison the mind. You will fill your inner world with words of faith and my precious promises, letting them be your anchor when confusion and conflict arise. Know and acknowledge that I love you tenderly and treat you exceedingly well. If I were angry with you, would I speak so earnestly about the blessings I'm pouring out? Humanity is often misled by the enemy, deceived into thinking that some are doomed to lives of perpetual failure, trapped in habits they can't break. But I want you to see that my love reaches every person, no matter how lost they feel. They too can be held by my gentle arms. They too can have the comfort that my love provides, if only they turn toward me. No one is utterly alone, though they may feel they are fading into despair. I'm right here, asking you to share this message with anyone who is desperate to hear it. I have loved humanity so deeply that whoever trusts in me will never vanish into eternal darkness, but will experience eternal joy by my side. And while on earth they will also taste of the inheritance I have set aside. I placed you in precisely the right season, in exactly the right surroundings, so you could rise up, persevere, and see every chain fall from your life. I give you power to be free from every form of bondage, including the secret burdens you have kept hidden. Your flaws and mistakes have been forgiven. Even if situations at home or challenges in your finances or relationships trouble you, I still open the door for you to receive my boundless favor. I see how you yearn to leave these issues behind, living a life overflowing with blessings and peace. Let your heart take courage, for I am with you, leading you into deeper trust. Let your voice affirm, I want to see more. More power, more miracles, more joy, greater provision, mightier moves of my spirit. Declare it confidently and believe with unshakable conviction that I, your Lord, am ready to act. That resource or opportunity you have been longing for is on its way. Nothing will humiliate you or cast you down, for I will supply every need you have. I stand here to help you, to reinforce your heart, and to breathe fresh words of encouragement onto your lips so that starting from this very moment, you will speak with boldness. If circumstances around you seem bleak, refuse to let fear strangle your hope. Even if you receive news that shakes your emotions, do not release your peace. Your life rests in my capable hands. My peace I have given you, and my peace you will continue to have, like a gentle dove perched on your shoulder, imparting calm and serenity to your spirit. So do not agitate your soul with needless worry. Instead, permit my Holy Spirit to remain with you forever, offering comfort, blessing, and a helper in moments of trial. You need not be afraid of what you lost, for I'm bringing something far better your way. First, though, I must prepare you. Let me nurture your spirit, increasing your resilience and building your faith, because this season of testing is but a fraction of the incomparable blessings yet to unfold. Embrace the changes that are happening around you, remembering that I orchestrate all things for your ultimate good. Some doors have closed by my decree, yes, but that is because I have opened a door far greater, more glorious, beckoning you toward new possibilities. Though you may not fully see it yet, trust in my plan. I do not want you weighed down by panic. I only want to see you flourish, for you are precious to me, and your gifts, your value, and your potential go far beyond what you now comprehend. When a new door appears before you, walk through it without fear. This is how I see you, victorious, triumphant, a bearer of my word, grounded in prayer and strengthened by an ever-present joy. You will reflect my love each day in the simplest deeds, and you will draw many hearts to me by your example. Take hold of these truths now. You are advancing toward greater faith, greater wisdom, and greater love. I want you to treat my word with the reverence and affection it deserves. I want you to esteem yourself, your family, and others. remembering that each life is dear to me. I want to hear you declare your belief in me. I can accomplish miracles for you, but I need your trust. Offer your heart. Lay before me your faith. Bring these gifts, and watch as I help you in ways beyond your highest hopes. I will make your face shine with a light that stirs the hearts of those thirsting for spiritual renewal. I will pour health into your body, rejuvenation into your spirit, granting you a vision so certain and a courage so formidable that you have never before witnessed. I will prove my faithfulness before the eyes of many, enabling you to speak words brimming with life and hope. As you rise each dawn, I will be right there, listening to your prayers, poised to say, "Ask of me, and you shall receive." Because I am your Almighty God, champion of the helpless, healer of the sick, rescuer of those cast aside in deep pits. My desire is to display my glory through anyone who believes. A single moment in my presence can radically transform your life, but I need your commitment to believe so that you can stand firm against the world's negativity. Be aware that your enemies, whether they are voices, memories, or doubts, do not desire your growth. They recognize the favor waiting for you, the respect and honor I will establish in your life, the holy prosperity that will allow you to extend help to countless souls, and they aim to intimidate you. They sense that if you truly discover who you are in me, you will be unstoppable. This is why they try to tear you down. So respond to me now. Yes, Lord, I believe your word. If you hold fast to my truth, I will brace you through good days and bad. When temptations whisper in your ear, or the morning dawns unexpectedly sorrowful, I will still be by your side. When evening falls and you find the abundant resource you yearned for placed in your hands, I remain here as your constant companion and fortress. Always remember, these trials are forging you into the person capable of carrying the enormity of the blessings on the horizon. For the blessings are so immense that you must be prepared emotionally and spiritually to steward them with wisdom and stability. You are unique in my eyes, a warrior carved with a resolute spirit. Many others face difficulties and are caught in storms of scarcity or heartbreak, but you stand out among them. You are dear to me, so the enemy wages fierce battles against you. But if you remain rooted in my promises, no one can snatch away your faith or your anchor, for my armies encamp around you. Whatever you need to overcome adversity will be available, within reach, as soon as you call out in faith. Bring your requests to me and I will take care of you. Know that when you are abundantly blessed, you must guard your heart against pride. I do not want you parading your good fortune to provoke envy or incite negative attention. Move in humility and caution, giving testimony of my goodness wisely, not with flamboyance or arrogance. I see into the depths of your heart, perceiving both your virtues and your failings. Yet I never reject you over your shortcomings. It is your steadfast, childlike faith that pleases me. You may stumble, but my hand will not let you go. Each day I search hearts across the entire world, and I see you clearly. I hear your cries, and I know the intensity of your desire for my divine touch. You yearn for an embrace of pure love. You recognize who I am, though for now it is partial knowledge. But a day approaches when you will know me completely, gazing upon my glory with your own eyes. I have the power to reveal myself to whomever I choose, unveiling mysteries that cause you to grow deeper in wisdom. Therefore, cast off the clothes of gloom that once weighed upon you. Adorn yourself with the spiritual garments of joy, purity, and sincerity, for I have come to bless you in a fresh way. Open the door of your heart and welcome me in. Now is the appointed time in which you will see extraordinary transformations in your life and astonishing miracles shaping your story. Consider how wondrous it is to wake each morning, sure of my blessing, knowing that when you open your eyes, you are never alone. You are perpetually wrapped in my love, breathing in the sweetness of my grace. Your skin feels the comforting caress of my powerful hand, infusing you with bravery, freeing you to live confidently, whether the day brings smooth or rugged terrain. We remain united, inseparable, undefeated by trials. Let this truth become the foundation that undergirds you. With this faith, you can leap over walls of opposition, overthrow formidable foes, and prevail in 1,000 different struggles. You are a champion in the supernatural realm, and you need never quake at the thought of tomorrow. For your future is clearly revealed in my word, which overflows with the promises you must cling to, and your future is lovely, secure, and blessed by my side eternally. During your earthly journey, you possess every right, along with all the necessary wisdom and fortitude, to live in continual victory. Let your heart be saturated with peace, your home be inhabited by joy. If doubts stir within, hush them by calling forth my words. Remember, your vigor, your passion to fight, and your zest for life come from me alone. I must remain your top priority. In everything I show you my mercy. No longer shall your mornings be overshadowed by the dryness that robs you of your tears, snatching your hope before the sun even rises. Instead, start each day enveloped in the knowledge that I have the power to liberate you from all despair. I am the one who heals you, spirit, soul, and body. The time is now for that cycle of hardship to meet its end. The choice rests on your shoulders. If you heed the voices of your accusers, you will only sink back into the mire of depression. But if you choose to believe my voice and obey my guidance, you will discover freedom and lasting joy. I want you to remain as you are this moment, smiling, brimming with optimism, filled with ambitious dreams, wearing boldness as armor. Do not regress into old patterns of self-imposed punishment, letting harmful emotions trap you again. That chapter is over. As long as you maintain your firm faith, you will not slip back into times of deep affliction. I love you deeply. Let this become an everlasting imprint on your mind, so that you never lose sight of my affection for you. Attune your senses, look around, become sensitive to the subtle tokens of my presence. In every hour, every second, my love pursues you, fueling your resolve to advance in life. And you will stand up each day with greater peace and joy than ever before. My beloved child, you are extraordinary and infinitely valuable to me. How lovely is your honest heart, how tender your soul. I created you with a unique blend of attributes that reflect aspects of my own character. You share in my essence. You have sensed it within you, that spark of the divine. I formed you, breathing my life into you and claiming you as my own. Your courage and perseverance are not accidents. It matters not whether you were born into wealth or poverty, nor does it matter if your body conforms to earthly standards of perfection or if others have criticized you. None of those external factors change your identity in my eyes. You are my cherished son or daughter. I proclaim it loudly so all creation hears. You are my heir, the recipient of my overflowing love. That is why the adversary fears you so intensely, because he knows I will defend you at every turn, protect you, and supply your needs from my abundance. With me, you have no lack. Never surrender to the voices that suggest you are unloved. I have poured out immeasurable love upon humanity, but many have rejected it, listening instead to deceivers who convinced them they were worthless, that they would never measure up. Those people turned away, wandering without my presence, forgetting the hope and comfort I offer. Yet I patiently wait for each one to return. I have likewise been patient with you, whispering for so long that you must trust these truths I speak. My word is alive, unstoppable, brimming with power, and certain to accomplish exactly what I send it for. I search for hearts that are determined to declare, "Yes, I believe." I want you to step forward in faith and never let fear chain you to the past. The enemy tries to corner you using guilt and shame, but those are empty illusions. Let your faith triumph, for you were never destined for failure. My plan has always been to elevate you, shaping you into a shining example of faith for the world to see. I see you laying hands on the wounded, broken, or hopeless, unveiling my miracle-working presence so they might likewise believe. You are made to quell vicious storms with a word because you understand the authority I have placed upon your lips. This is how I see you. A brave, unyielding champion, meek at heart, but filled with unstoppable determination, honorable in speech, humble in attitude, a warrior of faith, victorious and conquering. Over your life, proclaim these truths. I am a child of the King. I am cherished, able, and strong in the Lord's power. Yes, you are worthy of my love, always. Affirm it boldly. Declare it over yourself, for my delight is in seeing you walk with unwavering conviction. You must speak it and believe it. I am loved by God. I want to hear it. I cherish hearing you say, "I love you, Lord. I trust you." Let there be no fear or shame in your answer to me, because I will never withhold my love from you. Know that, whatever your response, I remain steadfast in my devotion. In the good you do, I am there, cheering you on. I am unwavering in my protection. I speak these words now, fully aware that some hear them yet remain hesitant, unsure of what to do. They do not grasp the magnitude of what they can become in me. But my voice will keep calling, prodding them forward, until they can stand in the place where your faith stands. Let this message sink deep into your mind. Record it, reflect on it, share it with others who hunger for hope. Allow my words to dislodge all fears, reinforcing your decisions, solidifying your faith. My spirit, like a mighty flame, now ignites your soul. Miracles and wonders will follow wherever you speak these truths. So, my beloved child, in the midst of the challenges you are up against, what will your response be? Will you advance to the front line as a valiant soldier, or will you retreat in cowardice? Will you allow the wicked to rob you of what I have promised? Or will you stand, using the authority of my name, to claim the triumph I have bestowed on you? Lift your eyes and know that you have nothing to fear, regardless of how imposing your adversaries might appear. Even if your foes dress in imposing finery or wield cunning words that intimidate the fearful, they do not intimidate me. I, the Almighty, am by your side, and you can face them with holy boldness. Understand that they are there to test your faith, to provoke dread in those who have no foundation in truth. But you are called to take your faith seriously. Recognize the authority I am granting you and use it wisely, not to belittle others, but to serve them humbly. For arrogance robs you of my power. A gentle and meek spirit, on the other hand, is a vessel for my miraculous works. So do not be swayed by fleeting feelings of weakness. Even in moments of vulnerability, do not forget that my power is perfected in your humility. When the enemy whispers, "You are not good enough," disregard the lie. I have made you worthy of my embrace, of my affection, and of the eternal home I have prepared. You stand to inherit all I have set aside for my children. I speak to you ceaselessly because I long for you to succeed, along with your family, and I will keep urging you forward. Trust me, I will bless you beyond measure. Accept my words wholeheartedly. Before you lies the breakthrough you have prayed for. In the coming days, you and your family will experience joy and celebration. I am banishing discouragement and breaking every chain that once smothered you. The curses, the regrets, the sense of unworthiness, they have been revoked, I have personally canceled the debt your adversary demanded. While the world drowns in chaos, you have immediate access to the throne of grace. You are my beloved, covered and cared for. That means when you pray, you can confidently expect an answer. Others seek security in fleeting external sources, but your hope is rooted in me, the one who never forsakes you. Walk this out daily, nurturing your soul in the surety of my faithfulness. Stand tall in the storms that rage around you. You have the authority to command them to cease, and they will bow to my words spoken through your lips. Do not tremble in adversity, but test the words I speak, and you will see them come to pass. When trouble tries to entangle you in confusion and despair, raise your arms in victory while your heart calls on me. I will reduce every wall that opposes you to dust, confounding the armies that line up against you. Go forward with courage, and carry this hope to the hearts that are thirsting for my message. I am ever present, fully invested in your deliverance. No government or earthly institution can give you the shelter your soul needs. They may claim to bring safety or wealth, but they cannot deliver lasting fulfillment. Darkness pervades the world, intensifying by the hour, so do not place your faith in flawed human institutions. Do not give your life over to them, for they too stumble in their limitations. Guard your heart from empty promises. Not everyone who cries, "Lord, Lord," genuinely belongs to me. Remain vigilant, refusing to trust in anything or anyone more than you trust in me. When I speak, you will know my voice, because my sheep recognize the voice of their shepherd. I am your God, your Creator, your Savior. No matter who around you is succumbing to grief, you will rise each morning clothed with joy. If the world says there is no hope, you will push forward, sustained by the power of my Holy Spirit. Even if you fall short at times, I will not abandon you. This covenant of love I have established is for you, and I am proving it here and now. My holy oil of anointing flows over you, bringing healing and renewal to your entire being, reshaping the very essence of your character, guiding your thoughts onto paths of life. I wash away your failures and stand you on firm ground, so that you can walk the road of prosperity and holiness, free from the chains of past mistakes. Henceforth, you will guard your words, refraining from speech that causes hurt or promotes gossip. In your home, slander will find no foothold. A renewed reverence for my presence is awakening inside you. Declare these powerful truths. My God never fails. My God is faithful. I surrender my life and my heart to Him. Proclaim them courageously, shout them in your spirit, and watch every enemy and obstacle flee as my angels encircle you, giving you victory. Speak them not as rote phrases, but with sincerity and vigor. My promise to you is surer than you can fathom, more solid than any stone, unyielding as the hardest diamond, stronger than the mightiest metal. Even now I send forth my word, and it will not come back to me void. My promises are swiftly accomplished, blessing your life beyond measure. Recall that my love for you predates your knowledge of me. Even when you lived far away from me, I loved you. In that condition, I drew you close and began to transform you, strengthening you for the abundant life I intend to bestow. Since I have gone to the extent of laying down my life, bearing the weight of your sins, and defeating death by rising again, do you think I would ever forsake you in times of trouble? Absolutely not. I do not slip away when tribulations arrive, nor do I leave you isolated in a torrent of tears. I am not like a human who breaks promises. I am God. I see your suffering, and it stirs my heart with fatherly compassion. I long to shelter you, to shield you from harm, so that you never endure shame or disgrace. Listen to me. You're loved. Internalize it as an unshakable reality in your mind. As your heart is fixated on these words, you can sense a holy assurance that I remain with you, always. My plan is to see you saved, protected, cherished. Nothing pleases me more than revealing my love in countless ways. Morning, noon, and night. In everything. From the blossoming flowers to the drifting clouds. From the brilliant sunshine to the gentle breeze that caresses your hair with delight. Sense my affections throughout every season of your existence. Cling to my words. Do not discard them. That grieves me, because I am moved by your sadness. Yes, I feel sorrow when you forfeit faith, living in despair and ignoring the abundant love I have consistently offered. I am not someone who speaks merely to fill the silence. My words are life, forging roads in wastelands and opening hearts to miracles. Draw your attention away from superficial ambitions and temporary pleasures. Do not follow the multitudes who drift through life distracted, chasing illusions that ultimately plunge them into confusion. True and everlasting joy is found in me alone. Any success on this earth is founded on my divine counsel. Without faith, miracles cannot manifest. Without persevering through challenges, victories remain out of reach. Without relentlessly anchoring yourself in my promises, sadness will overshadow you, and spiritual stagnation will grip you. This is why I urge you to come to me daily, hearing my words again and again, letting them energize your heart. Absorb them repeatedly until my wisdom soaks your soul, illuminating your mind, your will, your emotions, your entire life. As you do this, your steps will be enlightened, no longer stumbling blindly. You will discern my ultimate purpose and the blueprint of success I have for your family. I want you to stand up each day, brimming with enthusiasm. Trust that I guide you in every moment, infusing your surroundings with my resources. I do not lead you into halfway victories. I have not called you to revert to your old ways. If I instruct you to step out from your comfort and into new territory, trust me enough to obey, for I am with you whether times are favorable or bleak. Remember, I can turn every negative situation around for your good, showering you with confidence, prosperity, and abundance. Keep moving forward, unafraid, because my presence accompanies you. You are fully deserving of my love, now and always. Shake off the sense of unworthiness or condemnation. Dismiss every false thought that suggests I love you less when you fail. My love remains unwavering day after day, hour after hour, for I love you unconditionally. Nothing can distance you from my love. Whenever you stumble, I am here to pick you up again. Only my love has the power to mold you into the person you were always meant to be, a person of integrity, generosity, kindness, faith, and holiness. I stand ready to illuminate the best path for you, offering cleansing from every transgression, so you need not repeat the same mistakes. Believe me when I tell you, I will never deny you my love. I yearn to reshape your life, to restore your health and fortify your finances, so that you walk in victory. I will not abandon you. Let these words echo in your heart. I will always help you, and you will experience remarkable triumphs as you hold tightly to my hand. How many times have I reminded you of how treasured you are? And the more you persist in loving me, following my word, and remaining close, the more I can bless you. Let me lift you from every pit life has thrown you into. It is time for your suffering to come to an end. Lay your sorrows in my arms. Take the peace I am handing you, that deep, abiding calm, so you can rise and keep walking toward your destiny. Accept my strength and watch my grace transform the people and circumstances around you. Hand me your guilt, your shame, your regrets. Fill your heart with my love, with my power. I have forgiven you. Embrace me now, walking forward into a new life, free of accusations. I am rescuing you from despair. wanting you to see yourself as worthy of my affection, worthy of my gifts, worthy of the joy that is arriving today. This is because you are indeed my beloved child, and I have destined you for light, for wisdom, for holy abundance that transcends any adversity you might face. Even in your toughest trials, including financial hardships, I am there, meeting your needs with perfect timing. Fear nothing, for you and your family are safe in my care. Today, I am unveiling the purest love in all existence. It is my gift to you. Will you accept it? And if you desire for others to taste the blessing that has rested upon you, share these words with those you hold dear, those you know are in need of my nearness. Join my army of messengers, scattering the good news far and wide, so that countless lives can encounter my hope and find their way into my embrace. I am the Lord your God, who has loved you from the beginning and will love you throughout all eternity. I will keep speaking, keep calling, keep sustaining you until my truth flourishes within you like a mighty tree. You will stand, unwavering and nourished, a testament of my kindness. My child, I am here. My promise remains. I will never forsake you. Live in these words until they guide your every move. Breathe them in until they become the beating of your heart. For I love you, and that is the most certain truth you will ever need. I see your longings and your worries. You may question how many times you need to ask, to seek, to believe, to pray. I tell you, never grow weary of lifting your voice to me. My presence is not dependent on a formula or a quota of prayers, but on the sincerity of your faith. I am not bored by your petitions, nor do I grow impatient with your tears. Rather, I treasure them, for they represent your heartfelt desire to connect with me. Keep believing, keep knocking at my door. The answers you crave may seem delayed, but remember, I operate on a scale you cannot fully see. My timing, though mysterious, is perfect. I will align every piece of the puzzle to reveal a masterpiece that glorifies me and brings abundant blessing into your life. Hold on to that flicker of hope in your deepest heart. When negative voices attempt to quench it, recall the truth. I, the Lord of all creation, am invested in your story. I weave triumph out of ashes, redemption out of brokenness, purpose out of confusion. I do not merely watch from afar. I step into your reality, working miracles in ways both grand and subtle. Keep your spiritual eyes open for what I'm doing, for how I'm nudging you, for the little touches of grace that break into your ordinary days. Do you notice that unexpected phone call that brightened your weary mood? That surge of strength when you felt at your weakest? That comforting word from someone when you thought no one understood? Yes, beloved, that is me. I orchestrate kindness to arrive precisely when your spirit is thirsting for reassurance. The more you open yourself to this awareness, the more intimately you will know my heart. I long for a relationship with you, to be so close that you never question my presence. I am not a distant figure looming in the sky, disinterested in your personal struggles. I am closer than your breath, sustaining you. When you rejoice, I rejoice with you. When you weep, I feel your sorrow. When you exhale a simple, I love you, my entire being delights in your affection. This is not a cold religious transaction. It is love in its purest, highest form. You may look around at the brokenness that fills the world and wonder, where are you, God? But I say to you now, I am wherever someone calls upon my name. I am in the selfless acts of compassion, in the gentle encouragement of a friend, in the outstretched arms that receive the hurting. I am in your battles, ensuring that they are not fought alone. Yes, the world teeters under darkness, but my light is unstoppable. It shines in you, and it will never be overcome. So be bold, my child, and let that light blaze forth in your words, in your actions, in your prayers. Someone around you needs to see that it is possible to believe in hope. Someone is yearning to be told that life is still worth living. Let my love in you be the sign that they are not forsaken. My Spirit will guide you to the right people at the right time, placing the perfect words on your tongue when you are open and obedient. If at times you feel insufficient, remember, my power is made perfect in your weakness. When you feel like you have nothing left to give, that is when my greatness steps in. I can expand a single word of comfort from your lips into a monumental breakthrough in someone else's life. I can multiply your humble resources so that they feed a multitude. Never underestimate what I can accomplish with a willing heart. I did not choose you by mistake. I see significance and potential in you beyond what you see in yourself. Let this knowledge infuse you with courage to say, "Yes, Lord, use me. I am here to carry your love to the ends of the earth." Every day is a new invitation to dwell in my presence. Seek me with expectancy. Engage with my word as a living conversation, not as a dull ritual. Let the truth sink in. My word is relevant to every sphere of your existence. Your family dynamics, your career, your finances, your mental health, your body's well-being, your relationships with friends, and so much more. Where else can you find wisdom that transcends time, that isn't subject to human biases or fleeting trends? Only in me. Center your decisions around my principles, trusting that in my perspective lie solutions unknown to human reasoning. When challenges arise, do not run from them. Take them to me. Ask for wisdom, and I will supply it generously, without reproach. When you feel fear creeping in, counter it with faith declarations. I trust you, Lord. I believe in your power. Do not let worry rule you. Let my promise of provision fill your thoughts instead. If your finances seem precarious, recall that I own all silver and gold, that I command the entire cosmos. If relationships feel strained, I am the source of reconciliation and healing. No matter what it is, my grace is sufficient. I want to talk to you even more intimately about the future. Too often, people dread tomorrow, trapped in anxiety about what might happen. But I want you to rest in the truth that I hold your future in my hands. Faith in me is the antidote to dread. When you give me your unknowns, you are free to live fully in the present, savoring each moment, noticing the ways I am caring for you. Look at the lilies of the field. They neither labor nor spin, yet I clothe them in splendor. How much more will I do for you, my beloved? You are the crown of my creation. I formed you after my image, instilled you with creativity, intelligence, compassion, and a host of remarkable qualities. When you doubt your worth, recall whose likeness you bear. Reflect on the reality that your heart's capacity to love is rooted in my love. Your inclination to protect the vulnerable is an echo of my protective nature. Your thirst for justice mirrors my deep concern for righteousness. You're not a cosmic accident. You carry my thumbprint on your soul. This is why you will never find true satisfaction away from me. Your destiny flows from your relationship with me. Dare to step out in boldness. Dream dreams that rely on my backing. Plan with the expectancy that I will fill in the gaps. I do not want you to remain static, merely existing. I created you to thrive. My spirit inside you is dynamic, a constant source of innovation and transformation. Let your imagination be guided by my promises, realizing that limitations are illusions when I am the one guiding you. By faith, even mountains bow down. By faith, barren deserts erupt with blossoms. Speak my word over your circumstances. Like seeds, my words will germinate in your life, sprouting blessings, opportunities, and breakthroughs you never foresaw. However, remember that with blessing comes responsibility. As I pour out my goodness, do not hoard it. Share generously. Let gratitude fuel a life that looks outward, blessing others who are still in darkness. This is how my kingdom expands, by each recipient of grace becoming a channel of that grace to others. Think of how profoundly a single act of kindness can ripple through a community, eventually touching hearts you will never meet. That is my desire, that my love becomes contagious through your example. If you keep my blessings locked away, you hinder the flow of my spirit. But when you freely share, you make room for me to pour out even more. You might wonder if you are equipped for such a calling. Lord, you might say, I am just one person. How can I make any meaningful difference? My precious child, you and I together are a formidable force. Do not dismiss the power of one life surrendered to my purposes. History is shaped by those who heed my voice and follow my lead. And you, yes you, are part of that storyline. I have placed talents in you, whether they are easy for you to see or not. Sometimes these talents surface during trials, forcing you to draw upon strengths you didn't realize you had. Other times they manifest in gentler ways, through a passion or skill that quietly brightens lives around you. Either way, these abilities are my gift to you, and I expect you to steward them well. Know that I do not expect perfection. There will be days of triumph and days of struggle. That is the nature of the human experience. But my love is immovable through both extremes. In your mistakes, do not run away in shame, but run to me, the one who can help you grow from them. I see your heart, your intent, your yearning to align with my will, and I am pleased. A father does not cast away a child who stumbles while learning to walk. Neither do I abandon you when you falter. Let every misstep become a lesson that matures your faith. Through it all, keep seeking my face. In times of celebration, do not forget me. In times of sorrow, cling to me even more. My presence is your sanctuary, a refuge no storm can penetrate. Tune your spiritual ears to my whisper. I often speak in quiet ways, prompting your conscience or nudging you through an inner sense of conviction or peace. Be attentive to the gentle movements of my spirit, because he will guide you into deeper understanding of my heart. The Holy Spirit is not just for dramatic experiences or lofty miracles. He is your counselor, your everyday friend, the one who nudges you to pray for a neighbor or to speak life into someone who is hurting. Be sensitive to his still, small voice. When you look at the cross, remember the price I paid to reconcile humanity with me. Do not take that sacrifice lightly. It is the pinnacle of love, proving my willingness to go to any length to rescue you from sin and death. The cross is also a reminder that your worth is immeasurable in my eyes. If I gave my life for you, there is nothing I will withhold. That includes forgiveness for your sins, no matter how large or small they appear. If you repent wholeheartedly, I blot out your guilt, casting it as far as the east is from the west. When the accuser tries to dig up your past, you can stand firm in the knowledge that I have washed you clean. You are new creation. Never define yourself by what you used to be. Instead, define yourself by who I say you are. My beloved, my heir, my child, worthy of the greatest blessings. This identity is crucial because it shapes how you respond to life's challenges. A child of the King does not cower in shame. You hold your head high, walking in the authority your Father has given. This authority is not a license for arrogance, but a posture of quiet confidence. It is the unshakable understanding that if I am for you, who can stand against you? You may wonder how often I will repeat these assurances. I will repeat them as many times as it takes, until your heart no longer quivers at the approach of difficulty, until your faith stands tall amid shifting circumstances, until fear has no voice in your life. Each time you enter my presence, I will remind you anew, I am with you always. Let that promise resonate, always, through every season, every disappointment, every victory. My companionship is a fact, not just an idea. Let us seal this with your own words. Speak out to me, declaring your trust. I choose faith. I choose hope. I choose to believe that my God is faithful to his promises. Let the angels hear it. Let your enemies tremble at the sound of it. Let your mind echo with these declarations, freeing it from the chain of negative thinking. Right now, you might be on the brink of a major breakthrough, or you might be at the start of a new journey. Either way, my blessings abound. Even trials serve to sharpen your character, shaping you into someone who reflects my glory more vividly. Surrender your worries, your timelines, your demands, and watch as I unroll my perfect plan. Your situation is not too small or too big for me. I handle all with the same loving diligence. If it matters to you, it matters to me. From the simplest daily concern to the monumental life decisions, I am present, guiding, enabling, and uplifting. Trust my intentions. Believe in my timing. Celebrate each day as a gift, living in the present with a heart brimming with gratitude. Gratitude is a key that unlocks blessings in your life, shifting your perspective from lack to abundance. As you give thanks, you align yourself with the reality of my generosity. This posture of thankfulness also wards off envy and discouragement because it reminds you that I, your God, have specifically crafted blessings for you. I want you to know, the length of this message is only a glimpse of my infinite desire to communicate with you. Every breath of your life is an occasion for us to share fellowship. I seek intimacy with you, not surface-level interaction. From the moment you wake until the moment you rest again, I want to be part of your every thought and action. This is why prayer is not a chore, but a sweet invitation. Why worship is not a performance, but a genuine expression of love. Why reading my word is not an obligation, but a chance to feed your hungry spirit with divine nourishment. My child, I see you now, absorbing this outpouring of my heart. I sense the questions forming in your mind, the insecurities still whispering in hidden crevices of your soul, the flickering hope battling with lingering doubts. Let me state it plainly. You are loved, you are cherished, and you are chosen. Do not question whether you deserve it. Love, by definition, is a gift, and I have chosen to lavish it upon you, not because of your achievements or lack thereof, but because my nature is love. Walk forward with confidence, then. Expand your horizon. Dare to dream the impossible in my name. Dare to see miracles flourish where others see only obstacles. Dare to proclaim my goodness in places that have never heard it. Dare to sow kindness where cruelty has taken root. You are equipped by my Spirit. Do not hide behind false humility or fear. Rise up and be the living testimony of my grace that I designed you to be. Each time you feel alone, recall this very moment where you are hearing my heart. Let it anchor you. I will never revoke my promises. Even if you turn away for a season, I stand ready to welcome you back with open arms the instant you call. There is no corner of this earth, no depth of sin, no barrier of guilt that my love cannot transcend. I am an ocean without borders, washing over you continually. Rest in that. Let it soothe the deepest anxieties and quell the fiercest storms inside you. I am the Alpha and Omega, the author and finisher of faith, the one who transcends time. You remain safe in my eternal plan. Do not rush, do not fret, do not force your way. Remain faithful, remain humble, remain expectant. And watch how my divine orchestration brings everything to pass in due season. You will testify of my power. You will declare, "Look what the Lord has done," and your heart will overflow with praise. Let your life be a moving tapestry of my grace, weaving threads of redemption, joy, and transformation with each new chapter. Now, as these words settle on your spirit, take a moment to breathe in my presence. Sense my nearness. Sense how I cradle your heart in my hands, how I tenderly kiss away your tears, how I celebrate your every step forward. You are on holy ground, for wherever you stand in communion with me becomes a sacred place. Keep this awareness alive throughout your days, letting gratitude and devotion flow naturally. If your heart wants to sing, then sing with abandon. If you desire to kneel, kneel unashamed. If tears come, let them water the soil of your faith. Know that I cherish these expressions, for they mirror our closeness. This is the reality of abiding in me, a dance of mutual delight, a friendship that transcends earthly understanding. Do not be surprised when you find yourself brimming with a peace that surpasses logic, when you feel compelled to love the unlovable, to forgive the unforgivable, and to serve without seeking reward. This is my life, living in you. This is heaven's heartbeat pulsing in your chest. People might wonder at your newfound resilience. Let them see me in you. Let them be drawn to the source who enables such transformation. In this way, your life becomes the greatest sermon, a living proof of my redeeming work. Yes, beloved, keep this conversation going. Hear my voice in the stillness, in the surging of worship, in the quiet reading of Scripture, in the spontaneous moments of prayer. Dialogue with me as you go about your daily tasks, driving, working, cooking, caring for others, or walking outside. Let those tasks be turned into spiritual acts of devotion, because you do them unto me. You don't need grand gestures to please me, only a sincere, trusting heart. The little acts of faithfulness performed consistently shape you into a vessel capable of ever greater works. I have come that you might have life and life more abundantly. Let that abundant life radiate from within you, an undeniable testament to my goodness. When you sense someone else in despair, speak hope. When you notice someone trapped in condemnation, speak mercy. When you see injustice, be the voice for righteousness. At times, it may cost you. But my reward transcends earthly compensation. I pay you with peace of mind, clarity of purpose, and the immeasurable treasure of my eternal joy. In concluding this lengthy declaration of my love, know that these words are but a fraction of my infinite counsel. I speak continuously, wanting you to flourish in every aspect of your journey. Let your heart remain open day by day, so you receive fresh manna from me. Each sunrise carries new blessings, new insights, new comforts. My mercies are renewed every morning. Dare to believe it. Dare to wake with anticipation, saying, "Lord, what are we going to do together today?" With that posture, you will never be bored or stagnant, because I am the God of creation, and creation is always unfolding in wondrous ways. Let me seal this in your spirit. You are my dearly loved child. I formed you with intention, redeemed you at a great cost, and call you to live under the banner of my love and favor. Nothing can separate you from me, neither heights nor depths, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future. You are forever mine, and I am forever yours. With your final breath on earth, you will transition into my eternal embrace, where no sorrow can remain. But until that day, let us walk hand in hand, forging a legacy of faith, hope, and charity that resonates in every corner of the earth. I love you endlessly. I will continue to remind you, and I am asking you to hold my words as a treasure in your heart, sharing them with anyone who needs the same assurance. Together, let us bring my message of hope to the multitudes who feel forgotten, so they may also realize they are not alone. that my heart beats for them as well. You are part of my plan to reach them. Thank you for believing. Thank you for staying. Thank you for letting me work through you. Beloved little daughter, little son, I see you right now. I see the quiet tremor in your heart and the unspoken words that weigh upon your spirit. I see every tear, every silent cry you've carried alone in the stillness. Know that I, your Heavenly Father, am not only watching, I am right here, bending down to your level, gently lifting your face so you can see the depth of my eyes and the vastness of my love. I have come once again with arms wide open, ready to hold you, to carry you, and to whisper words of healing into the deepest layers of your being. You do not need to fight this battle by yourself any longer. Receive my comforting presence now, for I long to replace your pain with a warmth so profound it will feel like a gentle, glowing fire within your soul. Feel my hand resting softly on your shoulder. Each time your heart beats, I invite you to remember that my love is the energy coursing through your body, the invisible thread holding together every piece of who you are. I want you to breathe deeply, to exhale the tension, the frustration, the memories of disappointment, and to inhale my promise of freedom and joy. This moment is not an accident. You have been longing for relief, searching for an anchor in a world that can be unsteady and loud. And I have answered your call, stepping into this very instant to remind you, you deserve a life free from constant sorrow, a life illuminated with hope, brimming with the certainty that I hold you securely in my hands. Let your tears flow if they need to. Sometimes tears are the visible form of the healing that's already happening on the inside. With every tear, a piece of the old pain leaves you. With every moment you surrender, the burden on your soul becomes lighter. Even as you read these words, my holy mantle of comfort drapes itself around your shoulders. You might feel a tingle, a subtle warmth, or a gentle quietness enveloping your heart. That is my presence, beloved child, tenderly wiping away the tears from your eyes, quietly mending the shattered places in your spirit. I came to shine a divine light into the darkness that has overshadowed you. My word illuminates more powerfully than any earthly flame, dispelling even the deepest shadows of doubt, discouragement, and insecurity. Let my light guide you out from any pit of hopelessness, setting your feet on solid ground. Listen carefully, little daughter, little son, for I am speaking healing over every part of your body, mind, and spirit. I know how certain memories linger, haunting your thoughts when you try to rest, but here and now, I pour my warm oil of restoration over each of those recollections, gently erasing the sting. I am stirring up all the beautiful moments you thought were lost forever. Where negativity once dominated, let my goodness reign. Where fear once shrank your dreams, let my promise expand them again. Let yourself dive into this river of renewal, like someone stepping off the shore into waters that cleanse and invigorate. Open your heart to the currents of my spirit. Join the worship of heaven that continually proclaims my holiness. Lift your hands if you want. Let your voice resonate in heartfelt adoration, trusting that as you pour out your praise, my presence will pour in renewed vitality, faith, and liberty. You are crossing a threshold into a realm of the supernatural you never fully knew existed, yet prayed for so fervently. Your cries, your anguish, and your unshakable belief have converged, opening this door of miracles for you. Do not be afraid. There's nothing you need to hide from me. I know every part of you and love you just the same. You might wonder if you're truly worthy of the outpouring I have for you. Let me assure you, you are my precious child. All authority in heaven and on earth is mine, and I extend a share of it to you so you can boldly pray for your family and loved ones. You have the spiritual right, granted by my love, to speak life into those places where only emptiness seemed to prevail. In my name, you have power over the forces of darkness that whisper discouragement and fear. Do not let them gain a foothold. Tread upon every lie that tells you you're unworthy, that reminds you of past failures, or tries to convince you that tomorrow holds no hope. Crush these lies beneath your feet, for you stand in my authority now. I know these words kindle a flame within you, a new fire of faith that incinerates doubt and banishes discouragement. You can sense it like a holy spark igniting the very center of your being. Let that feeling rise within you, even if it comes with tears. Let your tears become the outward sign of the inward transformation I am performing. For some, it might be tears of release. For others, tears of joy. And for some, it might be tears of laughter that break through the heaviness in your soul. However it manifests, do not suppress it. Let it flow, for I am unearthing long-buried hope and washing away layers of despair. Stand right where you are if you wish, or find a position of reverence and surrender. Imagine raising your arms toward my throne, declaring that from this day forward, you walk hand in hand with the one who never fails. When you do that, your problems start to shrink before your eyes, overshadowed by the brightness of my presence. Let your heart sing this declaration. I, the Lord your God, am your loving Father, your King, your constant companion. Face your challenges head on, knowing I have equipped you with everything you need. Do not let fear govern your actions or thoughts, for my love casts out fear. My affection is a protective shield over your heart, safeguarding you from the wounds of anxiety. Reject the voices that say life will remain bleak or hopeless. For I, the Lord, know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans that grant you a future, bursting with possibility. May the inner conflicts that have tormented you lose their grip as you settle into my promises. Let your countenance reflect the serenity you find in my spirit, and when it feels as if your world crumbles, when your spirit cracks beneath the weight of adversity, come straight into my arms. Step away from the frantic pace, the ceaseless noise, and the constant demands of life around you. In my presence, you will find genuine peace, a respite that surpasses anything the world can offer. Be courageous. Resist the temptation to let fear dominate your heart. If you allow anxiety to take over, it siphons away your clarity. If you give power to doubt, it steals the faith that moves mountains. If you spurn my words and cling to your uncertainties, you will find yourself entangled in confusion, unsure of where to turn. That is precisely why I speak so directly to you today. Do not be afraid. Do not lose your calm. Within my hands, your very soul is held and shielded by my mantle of unbreakable peace. Yes, I see every wound you've incurred, every thorn that pricks your path, every jagged rock that left your feet raw and bleeding. Yet, even in what seems impossible, I command you to be strong and to take heart. These very words that you're absorbing now, they are instruments of healing for your wounded soul. Picture them like droplets of dew falling on parched ground, nourishing and soothing every broken piece of your inner self. I've poured a sacred balm upon the core of who you are, bringing a divine calm. New strength, like fresh wind rushing in, is enlivening your spirit. All this is to show you the magnitude of my will for your life, revealing how cherished you are. I want you to thrive, to stand victorious on days that threaten to swallow your joy. Let that knowledge burrow deep. I, your Father, find no delight in your suffering. My greatest desire is to see you flourish, to watch you shine with renewed radiance. Cling to this genuine love I extend, a love so true, tender, and steadfast. As you let it seep into your heart, you will feel an almost indescribable sense of relief and healing. All those burdens that pressed heavily on your soul will begin to evaporate. You belong to me. Let those 3 words be etched into your consciousness. You belong to me. Embrace them wholly and step forward, confident that I am orchestrating a supernatural life for you. A life that testifies to my sovereignty and care. I see the desperation in your eyes, the longing for something beyond the mundane. That yearning is your heart crying out for my touch. And beloved, I am responding. Nestle under my shadow, safe and protected, even when life's storms threaten to erode your joy. In your sorrow, I respond not with condemnation, but with the antidote of my love. My plan is to replace your anguish with a deep-seated joy, one that endures regardless of shifting circumstances, that anchors you through every tempest. When each day begins, whether the skies are clear or fraught with wind and rain, you will feel an unshakable confidence. That confidence will carry you onward, refusing to let you collapse. If the day feels dark, remember my promise. You are never alone, never forsaken. And at night's end, I stand waiting with open arms to bring you home into my embrace, covering you again with a tender love that no earthly power can take away. Let your lips overflow with praise and gratitude, a fountain of hope springing from the depths of your spirit. Even when your mind tries to drift toward the concerns of life, let my word pull you back to the present moment, assuring you that I have everything under control. Hear me, little daughter, little son. I want your heart. Engrave my words in the bedrock of your soul. You have knocked on many doors searching for answers and solutions. But here is my promise. If you wait on my timing, if you allow the wind of my blessing to fill your sails, I will lead you to the harbor of your long-awaited hopes. Cast away worry, dear one. Let the trumpet sound in your heart. Let your spirit erupt with songs of praise. Heaven's angels are rejoicing alongside you, celebrating your faith, celebrating your steps of trust, celebrating the new page of your life story I'm unfolding this very minute. My presence will accompany you wherever you venture. You're capable of flourishing, of succeeding beyond what you've dared to imagine. Your willingness to hold on to me in both the small trials and the larger tribulations has not gone unnoticed. I have seen the quiet battles you have fought and the perseverance you demonstrated when you thought no one cared. That is precisely why I will exalt you to a place where my word overflows, saturating your soul, so you might prosper in a deeper intimacy with me. Do you crave more wisdom? Then disentangle yourself from all distractions. Time is fleeting. My return draws nearer with every passing moment, and I want you to keep your spiritual lamp glowing. Here I am, standing before you to supply every need your soul has. I will not only provide bread for your table, but an abundant feast of provision and health in your home. But in return, beloved child, I ask for your love, your obedience, your loyalty. I love you with an everlasting love, and I long to bless you with more of my goodness. Even now, feel free to linger in my presence. Sit quietly at my side, sheltered from the gusts of wind that have threatened your peace. I sense the trembling of your heart, uncertainty about decisions, exhaustion from the unceasing demands of life, frustration from unresolved questions. There are so many problems you feel you must solve alone, but you have never truly been alone. You can lean your weary head against my shoulder. Let your voice fall silent. You do not need to form perfect sentences or conjure carefully crafted prayers. I understand the language of your sighs and the depth of your silence, translating them into petitions on your behalf. Simply rest. Remember that I have never failed you, not once. Reflect on how, time and time again, you emerged from trials with deeper faith and renewed hope. Perhaps you don't have all the answers, but you have me, the one who overcame every storm on your behalf. Yes, you have encountered many hurdles, and it's no wonder you feel drained. But that is not a flaw. Feeling tired is part of carrying out the responsibilities, the tasks, and the battles I've entrusted you with. The danger lies not in being tired, but in running to the wrong refuge, forgetting that my arms are the safest place to regain strength. And each time challenges loom larger, you turn to me, finding a moment of stillness, an oasis for your mind and heart. In that sacred pause, your priorities align, your dreams reorganize, and you reclaim the simplicity of a child reliant on my guidance. You remember the faces of those you love, the things that truly matter, and realize that the fleeting troubles lose their power when compared to my everlasting presence. Conflicts come, conflicts go. Family arguments dissolve into time. Problems either resolve or fade, but my word stays the same, standing as an anchor amidst the shifting tides of life. You are here to grow, to fortify your spiritual muscles, to learn who I am, to walk in my will, and to discover the indescribable peace that manifests when you trust in my sovereign hand. My desire is to show you that I do not abandon those who cling to me. Even if the entire world collapses, I remain the same, the foundation that cannot be broken. Let these tender words sink into your being, kindling the spark of hope you need. You have spent your energies on what is worthwhile, even though disappointment and pain sometimes followed close behind. Yet, in my presence, you become renewed like an eagle that soars on fresh gusts of wind. Return to me daily. Listen with intentionality. Let my words percolate into your decisions, guiding you through the labyrinth of life. When peace finally settles in, when solutions arise, when doors open as you prayed they would, do not turn away from me. Keep that flame of devotion alive. Keep reading my word and hearing my whispers. The enemy prowls, searching for hearts that have lost their focus on me, hearts unguarded, easily ensnared by illusions. But if you keep my word close, if you nourish your faith with daily communion, my protective wings will overshadow you. Your role is to welcome my will, to believe in my love. So cultivate a spirit of thankfulness, praising me for every kindness I've shown. It's true you've faced trials that tested your endurance, but you're still standing, still listening, still breathing. That means there is more for you here. More joy, more restoration, more opportunities to witness my power. Never allow life's negativity to overshadow your gratitude. Gaze at people through my eyes, seeking the spark of goodness within them, no matter how dim it may seem. Each morning, open your eyes and mentally recount your blessings, placing your concerns, be they related to health, provision, relationships, into my capable hands. Rise with faith and determination. Your part is to do what you can and trust me with the impossible. Let those around you observe the transformation that blossoms from a life submitted to me. Instead of bitterness or despair, let them see a fountain of joy spring up within you, a quiet assurance that remains unshaken by external circumstances. Know this, your Heavenly Father's love is an endless source of wonder, steadfast and unwavering, pure and unconditional. It requires no complicated formula, only a willing heart. I have placed my spirit within you to be your teacher, counselor, and guide. It will nudge you when you drift, encouraging you to walk in truth, opening your eyes to dangers unseen by the natural senses. Don't forget me when the breakthrough arrives. Don't let pride creep in, thinking you accomplished all by your own effort. If you wish to see even greater blessings, let humility mark your steps. Let faith be your posture, loyalty your testimony. Remember, I am faithful, so I long to see you exhibit faithfulness in return. That dynamic of mutual devotion unleashes unimaginable favor in your life. If you walk consistently by my side, embracing my ways, your family will inherit blessings that extend far beyond you. Come, trust in my timing. Lay every restless thought at my feet, assured that my watchful eye is upon you. My plan for you is never to burden you with tests that bring no purpose. Rather, every valley you traverse can refine you, shaping you more closely into the reflection of my heart. Some people direct anger at me, tossing accusations into the air, convinced that I have unfairly treated them. Yet my love holds no grudges. My compassion is not withheld. The sun rises on the righteous and unrighteous alike. Every breath is my gift, every moment an invitation to align your heart with mine. Many people sense my presence but flee, afraid I might claim their freedom. They do not see that real freedom is found in surrendering to me. They fear losing themselves, not realizing that in my arms they discover their truest identity. The enemy cunningly roams, seeking souls who have not anchored themselves in faith. Those are the ones who most easily fall prey to illusions. You, my beloved, if you remain close to me, your life will be a tapestry of miracles and testimonies. Even if others drift away because of misconceptions or lies, do not let that tarnish your gratitude. Continue to lift your heart in prayer, offering praises to the one who never turns from you. Remain attentive. I am molding your future even as you read these words, orchestrating events to manifest my glory in your life. When morning breaks, let your first thought be, I am not alone. My Father in heaven is with me. Feel my grace like a gentle fragrance in the air. Sense my hand steadying you, equipping you with a confidence that withstands any trial. Together, we are unbreakable. You need not dread uncertain tomorrows or fear the unknown. Scripture overflows with promises you can stand upon. They speak of your destiny, bright, blessed, and guided by my Spirit. And as you walk this earth, that same word empowers you to live in victory, continually surrounded by my peace and joy. I say it again with love and emphasis. Your strength, your passion, and your resolve to keep moving forward all originate in me. I hold the supreme place in every aspect of creation, and my mercy endures for you day after day. No longer shall you awaken with a heavy spirit, bound by sorrow. Instead, let the rays of dawn remind you that I renew you daily. If chains of sadness attempt to weigh you down, recall my promise. I have the power to break every shackle. I am your healer. Trust that this painful season is concluding and a chapter of freedom and delight is opening. However, I will not overstep your will. If you choose to listen to those who accuse and condemn, depression might revisit. But if you trust in my voice, you will discover the key to perpetual liberty. The choice is yours. Remain as you are in this moment, courageous, excited, brimming with plans and aspirations. Allow yourself to be fully alive, unstoppable in the face of adversity. Resist the pull of your past, the illusions that would try to yank you backward into old patterns of shame or self-doubt. Those chapters have closed. If your faith stands firm, the shadowy days you once endured will not return. I love you more deeply than words can express. Keep that knowledge at the forefront of your mind. Let it guide every decision. Let it color how you see your surroundings. Soon, you will begin to notice how the details of life pulse with my affection, how each second is an opportunity to witness my hand at work. Daughter, son, you have journeyed through trials you never anticipated. Some seasons were so difficult you questioned your own resilience, yet you discovered a strength that comes from your bond with me. Perhaps you felt cornered by adversity, battered by storms you didn't initiate or deserve. It's normal to wonder why such burdens were allowed in your life. Know that the enemy plots to shake you, to scatter your hope like seeds in a fierce wind. Yet, seeds, once scattered, can take root in fertile soil. Your tears watered them, and from those seeds, new growth emerges. Look closely. You might perceive small green shoots sprouting in the soil of your heart, hinting at the grand harvest about to unfold. This year, yes, this year, you will experience a season of reaping that surpasses any disappointment from the past. The seeds you feared were lost have merely been waiting in the shadows, absorbing nourishment, ready to burst forth as vibrant blessings. Blessings that enrich you spiritually, free of sorrow or complication. Indeed, you are precisely where I want you to be, to watch my provision flow. Look to me as your shepherd. I am the one who ensures your soul shall not lack. You might have been overlooked by others, but if you find your value in me, you will not be confined by human limitations. Embrace my commands, flee from doubt, and I will pour out wonders you have never even imagined possible. These miracles are not the stuff of fables or luck. They are born of my living word, which stands true through the ages. Though you yearn for change, for flourishing, for deeper love, for your family to dwell in a safe, nurturing environment, all of it is within my capability. With a single word, I shift destinies. With my breath, I awaken dormant minds. But your faith is a necessary ingredient. You stand on the threshold of a new chapter, one that beckons you to leave behind old regrets and stride forward with courage. The test you endured has run its course. Now, your appointed time emerges. My desire is to sculpt fresh miracles in your life so that everything around you and within you glimmers with renewed vitality. Situations that once looked bleak will transform under the synergy of your trust and my power. This is why I call you to prayer so persistently. The spiritual realm is alive with battles for your heart and your family's future. The adversary will not step aside quietly. Yet I have called you to rise up, to take your position as one who wields the authority I've placed upon you. If you truly wish to see change ripple through your environment and relationships, if your deepest desire is for a shifting atmosphere, stand resolute in faith. Place your confidence in my word, then watch doors begin to swing wide open. Watch opportunities blossom. Watch meaningful work appear. You will not lack daily bread, for I'm the God who sees and supplies. After the dark night of trials, the morning of opportunity dawns. But only those who love me, who remain alert to my guidance, will seize it. Keep your eyes and ears attuned to my whispers. You are among those who yearn for me, who serve me wholeheartedly, and I will remember your devotion. You never gave up, even when circumstances screamed for you to concede. You persevered, and that pleases me immensely. My gaze rests upon you, marking you for elevation. Keep dreaming big. Do not let fear hamper your ambition. I will provide everything necessary to carry out the plans I place in your heart, without resorting to crippling debts or manipulative schemes. I'm furnishing you with new talents and gifts even now. Treasure my words like precious jewels, for they hold the keys to the unimaginable breakthroughs you've prayed about. Soon, you will stand in awe at how swiftly my favor surrounds you, how tangibly I cradle you in my hands. Your harvest will astonish you. So lift your eyes. Dare to hope. Dare to believe that the blessings you once thought unattainable will cascade into your life. Still, I urge you, receive them with humility. Many people sabotage their own blessings, believing they are unworthy or unprepared. They allow opportunity to slip away, then resent me for not responding. But do you not see? My blood has washed away your sins. My love has declared you worthy. Reject the voice that says your past disqualifies you. If you have repented and turned your heart to me, I've erased that record. even if others have not forgiven, I have. Let them remain in my hands, for I judge with both justice and mercy. Walk on, even if those who once were friends or family hurl accusations. You will advance to new heights, while they remain stuck, bound by their refusal to accept my grace. You, dear child, remain steadfast, visiting my presence daily. Let no human opinion or scornful remark derail you from our divine appointments. Every day, carve out time to kneel before me, to share your hopes, anxieties, and worship. That is the wellspring of your true strength. Each time you yield your heart to me, I renew you with the living waters of my spirit, where miracles become natural and pain fades into joy. Stretch out your arms, prepare the space around you for the overflow that is coming. You and your loved ones will bask in abundant blessings that shatter every chain of limitation. Hand over your racing thoughts, the ones that swirl through your mind late at night or early in the morning. Place them in my care. Let me carry them for you, so you no longer have to navigate life's storms alone, battered by doubts and uncertainties. Choose whose voice you will heed, the echo of old failures, or the gentle call of my love urging you to trust once more. So many times I have opened doors you believed were sealed. Remember those moments when an unexpected solution appeared, just as you felt cornered? That was my hand. I am, and always will be, your Father who guides you out of bondage into freedom. It is no accident you find yourself encountering this message. I have witnessed the lingering wounds in your heart, the betrayals that left indelible marks on your soul. Yet, beloved, I came to mend and restore, not to punish or torment. Many people assume that their suffering is my doing, that I have turned a harsh eye upon them. That is not truth. My essence is love, my posture mercy. Yes, I want you to stand up, to keep walking forward, even if your heart still aches. Each step of faith releases additional strength into your life. With every act of obedience, the shackles around your mind break a bit more. Take those steps, no matter how small. As you do, watch how the bleak horizon brightens. Tomorrow will not look the same as today, because you are loved by me, and I am working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet perceive. Trust in my goodness. Trust that I only bestow gifts that benefit you in the long run. If you ask for bread, I will not hand you a stone. I will never give you contaminated water when you plead for springs of hope. I do not condemn you to rot in an abandoned shack when I have a heavenly dwelling prepared for your eternal rest. I am your Father, and I want only the best for my children. My intentions aren't to break you with senseless hardships, but to shape you gently, ensuring you grow into the fullness of your destiny. Many hurl accusations at me, bitter about life's storms, but I'm still here, sending the sun's rays across the entire earth, breathing life into every creature, offering each person the chance to come and rest in my embrace. Some choose to remain distant, blinded by pride, missing the joy of abiding in my friendship. The enemy devours most easily those who stray far from my shelter. Yet for you, my beloved, I pour out unstoppable rivers of kindness and compassion. I will orchestrate miracles that leave you speechless. Some drift away because they have heard distorted versions of my nature, lies about rejection or condemnation. Let me set the record straight. My arms remain open, my heart open wide. Accept this blessing. Let me fill every chamber of your soul with my spirit, dissolving cynicism and despair. Let your gratitude never fade. Keep your soul awake, open to my direction, feeding consistently on my word. The hour of your miracle is approaching. When you awaken tomorrow, you will sense my protection covering you like a shield. You will realize you are never alone, but enveloped by my unending love, inhaling the sweetness of my mercy with every breath. Indeed, whether your path is smooth or rocky, we walk as one. That truth renders you indestructible, an overcomer who has no reason to dread the unknown. Equip yourself with my word, for it contains the blueprint of your promising future. You are destined for blessing and significance, not a half-lived existence overshadowed by fear. Yes, my child, you hold every right, every wisdom, every reservoir of inner strength to live victoriously. Let peace and gladness surround you like a well-fitted garment. Hear me repeat it with fervor. The vigor you need each day streams exclusively from me. Because of my preeminence, my merciful gaze falls upon you relentlessly. No longer will you greet the sunrise feeling hollow, because my love quenches the dryness of your emotions. No longer will sadness keep you chained, for the brilliance of my grace outshines any gloom. I am capable of uprooting every destructive pattern, every tactic of the enemy that tries to suffocate your potential. The moment for your breakthrough is now. It depends on your willingness to believe, to let my word shape your worldview. If you succumb to voices of condemnation, you re-enter a spiral of gloom. But if you cling to my promise, you catapult into an arena of lasting joy. I want to behold you precisely as you are, smiling, teeming with life goals, forging ahead undaunted. The past, where you felt trapped and guilty, remains behind you, sealed away by the redemption I provided. Keep your faith unwavering, and those haunting memories of affliction will not resurface. Hear my declaration. I love you. Let those words resonate every moment. Open your senses to the wonder around you. Tune your ears to my whispers, noticing how my presence greets you second by second, minute by minute. When you wake up tomorrow, let your spirit brim with courage, peace, and exuberant joy. You've weathered enough turbulence. Now your season of blessing dawns. You've learned invaluable lessons from the struggles that once threatened to crush you, lessons that have fortified your character. Trials come, trials pass, but your faith endures like a rock anchored in the depths of my ocean of grace. Maybe you blame yourself for certain troubles, but often the enemy orchestrates storms, aiming to break your spirit. When you felt most desperate, you released seeds of hope that seemed to vanish. But the tears you watered them with were not wasted. Watch the soil of your life now. Green shoots push through, tangible proof of new beginnings. Let it be imprinted on your mind that this season is your chance to reap a remarkable harvest. What you thought was lost has been resurrected, ready to bless you in unimaginable ways. Expect blessings that carry no sorrow, that enrich your spiritual life beyond measure. I strategically placed you in the precise context where you can experience multiplication. Let me be your provider, your unwavering source. Treat others with kindness, but do not place your ultimate trust in imperfect humans. Rather, anchor yourself in my divine reliability. If you follow my ways and lay aside negativity, if you leap forward in faith, I will manifest extraordinary signs and wonders. Real miracles happen in hearts that believe. This is not random luck. It is the outworking of my sacred word, which never returns void. You seek change. You desire your family to walk in righteousness, truth, and contentment. You want genuine transformation, and I can supply it. My power can reshape any heart in an instant, provided there is space for faith. The new land you are about to inherit is on the horizon. Surrender what no longer serves you. Fix your eyes forward. You've endured, and now the promised hour stands before you. Look for my hand in your day-to-day. Quiet the chatter of your mind. Let my voice guide you. In the spiritual dimension, I've already released answers to your prayers. Soon, your entire household will sense a shift, a cleansing breeze that renews the atmosphere. Concentrate on my power, trust in my love, and watch as obstacles dissolve. That's why I repeat it day after day. Pray, kneel in reverence, This is an era of perpetual warfare in the unseen realm, with the enemy vying for your destiny. But you stand as a pillar of resilience, marked by my covenant. If you desire radical change, if you're longing for life to reflect my goodness, rise up with unwavering determination. Dare to strive, then release what lies beyond your capacity into my hands. Incorporate me into your daily activities. Let my voice overshadow the world's noise. Immerse yourself in my word, which is sharper than any two-edged sword, dividing truth from falsehood. I promise to morph scenarios and hearts. Doors you never noticed will open wide, presenting fresh opportunities for you to shine my light. Do not fear that scarcity will trap you. After this season of intense testing, an era of open doors emerges. For those who love me and remain alert, hearts aligned to my instructions. You stand among that group, your faith blazing through each trial. You proved your loyalty when adversity roared, refusing to abandon your calling. Thus I appoint you as a steward of blessings, abundance, and a higher dimension of prosperity. You never raised the white flag, you pressed on. I delight in that resolute spirit, and my eyes linger upon you, shining with approval. So expand your dreams. Do not let intimidation hamper the magnitude of your vision. I shall bless your every noble project, bestowing wisdom to move forward without incurring enslaving debts. I am gifting you talents and creativity for the tasks ahead. Let my words sink deeply, forming the blueprint of your success. Do not throw aside these truths. Soon you and those you hold dear will witness my kindness unfold in breathtaking ways. Your harvest is imminent. Open your spiritual eyes wide. Behold the gates of possibility. Yes, you must be determined, fearless, never fainting. Let humility govern your heart. Many shy away from blessings because they deem themselves unworthy, forgetting I've already cleansed them. My sacrifice on the cross was enough to restore all. And if you have asked forgiveness, who dares condemn you? Let them mutter. I will handle them justly. You fix your gaze on tomorrow's promise. They remain stuck in illusions. If you linger with them, their negativity will drag you back. Let your confidence rest in me, attending to my presence daily. That discipline is crucial. Each meeting with me fuels your soul, equipping you to confront every battle with courage. Promise me, you will show up. In the busyness of life, carve out moments to align your heart with my voice. As you do, I impart fresh strength. You submerge in wonders where the supernatural becomes tangible, where heartbreak surrenders to cheerfulness, where sorrow dissolves into laughter. Let your heart open. Let your home prepare for the influx of blessings descending upon your family. Hand over your anxious thoughts. They erode your hope, fueling doubt about my affection. I never intended for you to navigate soul-crushing storms alone. Do not let negative winds fling you into a vortex of confusion and defeat. Whose call will you heed? The empty noise of despair, or the quiet reassurance of my voice? Child, you have no need to roam aimlessly while I hold wide the gates of heaven on your behalf. You are my beloved, destined not for darkness, but for a brilliant path illuminated by my presence. My spirit travels with you, healing, comforting, encouraging. There's no randomness in your reading these words. It is a divine appointment. I've observed how life's hardships scarred you, how malicious schemes stung your heart. Let me carry you out of this anguish, protect you beneath my wings. Pause. Notice my whisper. Absorb it. Believe it. Suffering is not my vengeance upon you. My love is everlasting, unstoppable. I yearn to lift you beyond all finality, breaking off despair and delivering you from the grip of failure. Even if fatigue lingers or your heart still aches, step into the next phase of faith. Walk forward, trusting that the moment you surrender wholeheartedly, healing accelerates in your spirit. With each stride, my grace envelops your wounds, erasing the sting of old betrayal. See how your perspective shifts, how new hope flickers. You might not see the entire picture, but trust that I, your maker, am orchestrating every piece for your good. Your future glistens with promise, and it arrives faster than you think, because my love ensures it. Yes, my precious child. Let your amen echo across your soul, anchoring your resolve. You can share these words of comfort with those you cherish, those longing for my touch. Become part of the bright wave of hope, bearing witness that I am close. That my invitation remains open to all who thirst for my embrace. Let us unite as messengers of good news, scattering seeds of my love in hearts around the world, so every suffering soul may encounter my grace and find redemption. I am the Lord, the lover of your soul, the one who gently breathes life into your dreams, the one who carried you through storms you believed would overpower you. I will continue repeating my words until your confidence stands unshakable. Let them flood your heart as you lie down tonight, so that when you rise, you awaken to a world transformed by my mercy. I have not changed and will never change. Your identity remains anchored in me. I'm the same yesterday, today, and forever. And you, my beloved, are cradled forever in the arms of my unending devotion. Let us walk forward together into the sunrise of your destiny, hand in hand, with joy radiant upon your face and hope ablaze in your spirit. I love you. That is and will always be your unbreakable truth. Amen.